The Island Princess by John Fletcher. Dramatis Personae. The Portuguese. Captain Ruidas, captain of the Portuguese fort on Tidore. Pinheiro, Rio Diaz's nephew. Cristoforo, Pinheiro's gallant. Pedro, Pinheiro's gallant. Armusia, a newly arrived venturer. Susa, one of Armusia's company. Emmanuel, one of Armusia's company. Various soldiers. Malukans. Kisara, princess of Tidore, the king's sister. The king of Tidore. The governor, ruler of Ternate, later disguised as a Moorish priest. Quisana, aunt to the king of Tidore. Pancura, lady-in-waiting to Kisara. Bacan, king of Bacan. Siana, prince of Siana. Captain, Ternatian captain. Keeper, Ternatian jailer. Moors, citizens, women, townsfolk, messengers, soldiers. A bell rings. Enter Pinheiro, Cristoforo, and Pedro. Pinheiro, open the ports and see the watch relieved, and let the guards be careful of their business, their vigilant eyes fixed on these islanders. They are false and desperate people when they find the least occasion to open encouragement. Cruel and crafty souls. Believe me, gentlemen, their late attempt, which is too fresh amongst us, in which, against all arms and honesty, the governor of Ternate made surprise of our confederate, the king of Tidore. As for his recreation, he was rowing between both lands, and bid us be wise and circumspect. Cristoforo, it was a mischief suddenly imagined, and as soon as done. That governor's a fierce knave, unfaithful as he is fierce too. There's no trusting. But I wonder how much such poor and base pleasures as tugging an oar or skill in steerage should become princes. Pinheiro, base breedings love base pleasure. They take as much delight in a barato as Skirtle's scurvy boat to row her tightly, and to have the art to turn her and wind her nimbly. Think it as noble, too, though it be slavish, and a dull labor that declines a gentleman. As we Portugals or the Spaniards do in riding, and managing a great horse, which is princely, the French in courtship, or the dancing English in carrying a fair presence. Pedro. He was taken strangely, but where no faith is, there's no trust. He is paid for it. His sister yet, the fair and great Kisara, has showed a noble mind and much love in it, to her afflicted brother, and the nobler, still as it appears, and seasons of more tenderness, because it ruins her styles of absolute, and his imprisonment adds to her profit. Feeling this, which makes all men admire her, the warm beams of this fortune that fall on her, yet she has made diverse and noble treaties and propositions for her brother's freedom. Of, if wealth or honor, Pinheiro, peace, peace, you are fooled, sir. Think of these natures have strange outsides, Pedro, and cunning shadows set far from us. Draw 'em but near, they are gross and they abuse us. They that observe her close shall find her nature, which I doubt mainly will not prove so excellent. She is a princess, and she must be fair. That's the prerogative of being royal. Let want her eyes and nose, she must be beauteous, and she must know it too, and the use of it, and why people must believe it. They are damned else. Why all the neighboring princes are so mad for her. Cristoforo, is she not fair then? Pinheiro, but her hopes are fairer. And there's a haughty master, the king of Bacan, that lofty sir that speaks far more and louder in his own commendations than a cannon. He is strucken dumb with her. Beshrew me. Pedro, beshrew me, she is a sweet one. Pinheiro, and there's that hopeful man of Siana, that sprightly fellow. He's that's wise and temperate. He is a lover as well. Cristoforo, would I were worth her looking. For my life, by my life, I hold her a complete one. That very sun, I think, affects her sweetness, and dares not, as he does to all else, dye it into his tawny livery. Pinheiro, she dares not see him, but if he keeps herself at a distance from his kisses, and wears her complexion in a case, let him look on it but a week or two, or 3, or she would rather look on a lion. But the main sport on it is, or rather wonder, the governor of Ternate, her mortal enemy. He that has catched her brother the king, is struck too, and is arrived under safe conduct, and hostages of worth delivered for him. And when he brought a letter from his prisoner, whether compelled or willingly delivered, from the poor king, or what else dare be in it, Christophoro, so it be honorable anything, 'tis all one, for I dare think she'll do the best. Pinheiro, 'tis certain. He has admittance, and solicits hourly. Now, if we have the trick, Pedro, what trick? Pinheiro, the one true to take her to. If he be skilled in bat-fouling, and lime his brush light. Christophoro, I'll be hanged when that hits, for 'tis not compelled or forced affection that I must take her. I'll guess stout and virtuous. But where's your uncle, sir, our valiant captain, the brave Rui Diaz, all this while? Pinheiro, aye, marry, he's amongst them too. Pedro, a lover? Pinheiro, nay, I know not that. But sure, he stands in favour, or would stand stiffly. He is no Portugal else. Christophoro, the voice says in good favour, in the list too. Of the privy wooers, how cunningly of late I have observed him, and how privately he has stolen all hours from us, and how readily he has feigned a business to bid the fort farewell for 5-6 days a month together. Sure, there is something. Pinheiro, yes, there's a thing to it. A thing that would make the best of us all dance after it. A dainty thing. Lord, how this uncle of mine has read to me and rated me for wenching, and then told me in what desperate case 'twould leave me, and how would stew my bones. Pedro, you cared not for it. Pinheiro, aye, faith, not much. I ventured on still easily, and took my chance. Danger's a soldier's honor. But this man, this herb of grace, Rui Diaz, this father of our faculties, should slip thus. For sure, he is a ferreting, that he would drink nothing to depress the spirit but milk and water, eat nothing but thin air to make his blood obedient, that his youth, in spite of all temperance, should tickle and have a love-mange on him. Christophoro, 'tis in him, sir, but honorable courtship, and becomes his rank too. Pinheiro, in me 'twere abominable lechery, or would be, for when our thoughts are on it and miss their level, we must hit something. Pedro, well, he's a noble gentleman, and if he be a suitor, he may well speed in it. Pinheiro, let him alone, our family ne'er failed yet. Christophoro, our mad lieutenant still marry Pinheiro. Thus what he would do if the surgeon were in searching of him. Pedro, especially if a warm wench had shot him. Pinheiro, but hark, Christophoro, come hither, Pedro. When you saw our brave countryman, Armusia, he that's arrived lately in his gallants, a goodly fellow, and a brave companion, methinks he is, and no doubt truly valiant. For he dares come hither, dares fight anywhere. Christophoro, I saw him not of late, a sober gentleman, I am sure he is, and no doubt bravely sprung, and promises such nobleness. Pinheiro, I love him, and by my troth I would fain to be inward with him. Pray, let's go seek him. Pedro, will attend to you, sir. Pinheiro, and by that time we shall hear the burst of business. Exit. Act 1, Scene 2. Enter Rui Diaz, Kisara, Quisana, and Panura. Kisara, Aunt, I much thank you for your courtesy and the fair liberty you still allow me, both of your house and service. Though I be a princess, and by that prerogative stand free from the poor malice of opinion, and in no ways bound up to render my actions, because no power above me can examine me, yet my dear brother, still being a prisoner, and many wandering eyes upon my ways, being left alone a sea-mark, it behooves me to use a little caution and be circumspect. Kisana, your wise and noble lady. Kisara, often, aunt, I resort hither and privately to see you. It may not be so to conserve with some I favour. I would not have it be known that as oft, nor construed, it stands not with my care. Kisana, you speak most fairly, even our pure devotions are examined. Kisara, so mad are men's minds now. Rui Diaz, or rather monstrous, They are thick dreams, bred in fogs, that know no fairness. Kisana. Madam, the house is yours. I am yours. Pray use me, and at your service all have I lies prostrate. My care shall ever be to yield ye honor, and when your fame falls here, 'tis my fault, lady. A poor and simple banquet I provided, which, if pleased to your honor with your presence, Kisara, I thank ye yont. I shall be with you instantly. A few words with this gentleman. Kisana, I'll leave ye, and when it please ye to retire, I'll wait upon you. Exeunt Kisara and Panura. Kisara. Why, how now, captain? What, afraid to speak to me? A man of arms and daunted with a lady? Commanders have the power to parley with a princess. Rui Diaz. Madam, the favors you have showered on me, which are so high above my means of merit, so infinite that naught can value 'em, but their own goodness, no eyes to look up to 'em, but those that are of equal light and luster, strike me thus mute. You are my royal mistress, and all my services that aim at honor take like from you, the saint of my devotions. Pardon my wish, it is a fair ambition, and well becomes the man that honors you. I were of worth of something near you. Of such a royal prince, a king I would be, a mighty king that you might command affection, and bring a sweet youth upon me, might bewitch ye, and you a sweet-souled Christian. Kisara. Now you talk, sir. You Portugals, though you be rugged soldiers, yet when you list to flatter, you are plain courtiers. And would you wish me Christian, brave Rui Diaz? Rui Diaz. At all the danger of my life, great lady, at all my hopes, at all, Kisara, pray ye, stay a little. To what end runs your wish? Rui Diaz. O glorious lady, that I might, but I dare not speak. Kisara. I dare, then. That you might hope to marry me. Nay, blush not. An honorable end needs no excuse. And would you love me then? Rui Diaz. My soul not dearer. Kisara. Do some brave thing that may entice me that way. Something of such meritorious goodness, of such unmatched nobleness, that I may know. You have a power beyond ours that preserves you. 'Tis not the person, nor the royal title, nor wealth, nor glory that I look upon. That inward man I love that's lined with virtue. That well-deserving soul works out many a favor. I have many princes, suitors, many great ones. Yet above these I love you. You are valiant, an active man, able to build a fortune. I do not say I dote, nor mean to marry, only that the hope is something that may be done, that may compel my faith and ask my freedom, and leave opinion fair. Rui Diaz. Command, dear lady, and let the danger be as deep as hell, and direful to attempt. Kisara. You're too sudden. I must be ruled by you? Find out a fortune wisely and handsomely. Examine time and court occasion, that she may be ready. 1,000 uses for your forward spirit ye may find daily. And be sure, take a good one, a brave and worthy one, that may advance ye. Forced smiles reward poor dangers. You are a soldier. I would not talk so else. I love a soldier, and that speaks him true and great, his valor. Yet for all these, which are but woman's follies, you may do what you please. I shall still know ye, and though ye wear no sword. Rui Diaz. Excellent lady, when I grow so cold and disgrace my nation, that from their hardy nurses suck adventures, 'twere I wore a fit tombstone. You must have read to me the story of your favor, if I mistake it, or grow a truant in the study of it. A great correction, lady. Kisara, let's to the banquet, and have some merrier talk, and then to court, where I give audience to my general suitors. Pray heaven my woman's wit hold. There, brave captain, you may perchance meet something that may startle ye. I'll say no more. Come, be not sad. I love ye. Exeunt. Act 1, Scene 3. Enter Pinheiro, Armusia, Susa, Cristoforo, and Emmanuel. Pinheiro. You are welcome, gentlemen, most worthy welcome. But I know there's nothing in our power may serve ye, but you may freely challenge. Armusia. Sir, we thank ye, and your servants too. Pinheiro. Ye are worthy Portugals. You show the bravery of your minds and spirits. The nature of our country, too, that brings forth stirring, unwearied souls to seek adventures. Minds were never satisfied with search of honor. Where time is sun gives light, brave countrymen, our names are known. New worlds disclose their riches, their beauties and their prides to our embraces, and we, the first of nations, find these wonders. Armusia. These noble thoughts, sir, have enticed us forward, and minds unapt for ease to see these miracles, in which we find report a poorer relater. We are arrived among the blessed islands, where every wind that rises blows perfumes, and every breath of air is like an incense. The treasure of the sun dwells here. Each tree, as it is envied the old paradise, strives to bring forth immortal fruit. The spices, renewing nature, though not deifying. And when that falls by time, scorning the sullen earth should taint or suck their beauties. But as we dreamt, forever, so preserve us, nothing we see but breeds an admiration. The very rivers, as we float along, throw up their pearls and curl their heads to court us. The bowels of the earth swell up with the births of 1,000 unknown gems and 1,000 riches. Nothing that bears a life, but brings a treasure. The people they show a brave, too, civil-mannered, proportioned like the masters of great minds. The women, which I wonder at, Pinheiro. Ye speak well. Armusia, of delicate aspects, fair, clearly beauteous, and to that admiration, sweet and courteous. Pinheiro. And that is not a good thing. Brave Armusia, you never saw the court before. Armusia. No, certain, but I see a wonder, too, all excellent, the government exact. Cristoforo. Ye shall see anon, that would make ye start indeed. Such beauties, such riches, and such form. Enter Bacan, Siana, and governor, and attendants. Susa. We are fire already. The wealthy magazine of nature, sure, inhabits here. Armusia. These sure are all islanders. Pinheiro. Yes, and great princes too, and lusty lovers. Armusia. They are goodly persons. What might he be, senor, that bears so proud a state? Pinheiro. King of Bacan, a fellow that farts terror. Emmanuel. He looks highly. Sure, he was begot on the top of the steeple. Cristoforo. It may well be, for you shall hear him ring anon. Pinheiro. That is Siana, a brave-tempered fellow, and more valiant. Susa. What regard face is that? Pinheiro. That's the great governor, the man that surprised our friend. I told ye of him. Armusia. Has dangerous eyes. Pinheiro. A perilous thief and subtle. Cristoforo. And to that subtlety a heart of iron. Pinheiro. Yet the young lady makes it melt. Armusia. They start all, and thunder in the eyes. Bacan. To Siana and governor. Away, ye poor ones! Am I in competition with such bubbles? My virtue and my name ranked with such trifles? Siana. Ye speak loud. Bacan. Young man, I will speak louder. Can any man but I deserve her favor? You petty princess. The princes fly at another. Pinheiro, apart. He will put 'em all in his pocket. Siana. Thou proud, mad thing, be not so full of glory, so full of vanity. Bacan. How? I contemn thee. And that fort-keeping fellow, indicates the governor. Pinheiro, apart. How the dog looks, the ban-dog governor. Governor. Ha! Why? Bacan. Away, thing, and keep your rank with those fit to your royalty. To attendant. Call out the princess. Exit attendant. Governor. Dost thou know me, bladder? Thou insolent impostum. Bacan. I despise thee. Governor. Art thou acquainted with my nature, baby? With my revenge for injuries? Darest thou hold me so far beyond thy file I cannot reach thee? What canst thou merit? Bacan. Merit? I am above it. I am equal with all honors, my achievements, and what is great and worthy. The best doer I keep at my command. Fortune's my servant. 'Tis my power now to despise such wretches, to look upon ye slightly and neglect ye. And but she deigns at some hours to remember ye, and people have bestowed some titles on ye, I should forget your names. Siana, mercy of me! What a blown fool has this self-affliction to make of this fellow. To Malukan, did not the queen, your mother, long for bellows and bagpipes when she was great with ye, and brought forth such a windy birth? Governor, to Siana, 'tis 10 to 1, she ate a drum and was delivered of a larum, or else he was swaddled in an old sail when he was young. Siana, he swells too mainly with his meditations. To Malukan, faith, talk a little handsomer, ride softly, that we may be able to hold way with ye. We are princes, but those who are poor, but poor things to you, talk wiser. 'Twill well become your mightiness, talk less, that men may think ye can do more. Governor, talk truth, that men might think you are honest and believe ye, or talk yourself asleep, for I am weary of you. Malukan, why, I can talk and do. Governor, that would do excellent. Malukan, and tell you that I deserve the princess, and make good only I. If you dare, you sir, or you, Siana's prince. Pinheiro, apart. Here's a storm toward, methinks it sings already. To him, governor. Governor, here lies my proof. Siana, and mine. They draw. Governor, I'll be short with ye, for these long arguments I was never good at. Pinheiro, apart. Look how white the boaster looks. Enter Rui Diaz, Kisara, Kisana, and Penura. Armusia, apart. I see he lacks faith. Rui Diaz, to princes. For shame forbear, great princes, rule your angers. You violate the freedom of this place, the state and royalty. Governor, he's well contented, it seems, and so have I done. Armusia, apart to Pinheiro. Is this she, signor? Pinheiro, apart to Armusia. This is the princess, sir. Armusia, she is sweet and goodly, and an admirable form. They have cause to jostle. Kisara, to princes. Ye wrong me, and in my court, ye forward princes. Comes for your love, wrapped in violence, to seek us? Is it fit, though ye be great, my presence should be stained and polluted by your bloody rages? My privacies affronted with your swords? He that loves me, loves my command. Be tempered, or no more what ye profess, my servants. Malukan, Siana, governor. We are as calm as peace. Armusia, apart. What command she carries, and what sparkling majesty flies from her. Kisara, to princes. Is it love? Is it ye love to do? Ye shall find danger, and danger shall start your resolutions, but not this way. 'Tis not contention who loves me to my face best, or who can flatter me most, can carry me, he that deserves my favor, and will enjoy what I bring, love and majesty, must min me with his worth, must travel for me, must put his hasty rage off, and put on a well-confirmed, temperate, and true valor. Malukan, Siana, and governor, but show the way. Kisara, and will, and then you show you a will to tread the way. I'll say ye are worthy. Pinheiro, apart. What task will she turn them to? These hot youths, I fear, will find a cooling card. I read her in her eyes something that has some swinge must fly amongst them. By this hand I love her a little now. Kisara, to princes. 'Tis not unknown to you. I had a royal brother, now miserable, and prisoner to that man, indicates the governor. If I were ambitious, gaped for that glory that was never born with me, and there he should lie, his miseries upon him. If I were covetous, and my heart set on riches, and those base effects that follow, on pleasures uncontrolled or safe revenges, then he should die. His death would give me all of these, for then I stood up, absolute to do all. Yet these flattering shows of dignity, these golden dreams of greatness cannot force me to forget nature and my fair affection. Therefore, that man that would be known as my lover, must be known his redeemer, and must bring him, either alive or dead, to my embraces. For even his bones, I scorn, shall feel such slavery, or seek another mistress. 'Twill be hard to do this, wondrous hard, a great adventure fit for the spirit of equal greatness, but being done, the reward is worthy of it. Cristoforo, apart. How they stand, gaping all. Kisara, aside. Ruidius cold? Not fly into the fire it? To Princess, maybe you doubt me. He shall do this, shall my husband, Prince. By bright heavens he is, by whose justice I openly proclaim it. If I lie, or seek to set you on with subtlety, let that meet with me and reward my falsehood. Aside to Ruidius. No stirring yet? No start into a bravery? Ruidius, aside to Kisara. Madam, it may be, but being a main danger, your grace must give me leave to look about me and take a little time. The cause will ask it. Great acts require great counsels. Kisara, aside to Ruidius. Take your pleasure. Aside, I fear the Portugal. Bacan, I'll raise an army, and that shall bring back his island, fort and all, and fix it there. Governor, how long will this be doing? You should have begun in your grandfather's days. Siana, what may be, and what my power can compromise, noblest lady. My will, I am sure, stands fair. Kisara, fair be your fortune. Few promises are best, and fair performance. Governor, to Kisara, these cannot do, and their power and arts are weak ones. 'Tis in my will. I have this king your brother. He is my prisoner. I accept your proffer, and bless the fair occasion that achieved him. I love ye, and I honor ye, but speak whether alive or dead he shall be rendered, and how readily, how in an instant, quick as your wishes, lady. Kisara, no, I scorn ye. You and your courtesy, I hate your love, sir. An ere would I so basely win his liberty, I would study to forget that he was my brother. By force he was taken. He that shall enjoy me shall fetch him back by force or never know me. Pinheiro, apart. As I live, a rare wench. Armusia, apart. She has noble spirit. Governor, by force. Kisara, yes, sir, by force. And make you glad, too, to let him go. Governor, how? You may look nobler on me, and think me no such boy. By force he must not, for your love may be. Kisara, put up your passion and pack ye home. I say by force, and suddenly he lies there until he rots else. Although I love him most tenderly and dearly as a brother, out of these respects would joy to see him, yet to receive him as thy courtesy, with all the honor thou couldst add unto him, from the hands from that most hate him. I had rather, though no condition were propounded for him, see him far sunk in the earth and there and forget him. Pinheiro, apart. Your hopes are gelt, good governor. Armusia, a rare woman. Governor, lady, I'll pull apart this pride, I'll quench this bravery, and turn your glorious scorn to tears and howlings. I will, proud princess, this neglect of me, shall make thy brother king and most miserable, shall turn him into curses against thy cruelty. For before I used him like a king, and did those royals' offices unto him, now he shall lie a sad lump in a dungeon, laden with chains and fetters, cold and hunger, darkness and lingering death for his companions. And let me see who dare this attempt his rescue. What desperate fool look on to it? Farewell, and when thou knowest him thus, lament thy follies. Nay, I will make thee kneel to take my offer. Once more, farewell, and put thy trust in puppets. Exeunt governor and attendants. Kisara, if none dare undertake it, I'll live a mourner. Bacan, you cannot want. Siana, you must not. Ruidius, aside. 'Tis most dangerous, and wise men would proceed with care and counsel. Yet some way would I knew. To Bacan and Siana, walk with me, gentlemen. Exeunt. Ruidius, Bacan, Siana, and attendants. Kisara, Kisana, Panura, and attendants. Pinheiro and Cristoforo. Armusia and his company. Emmanuel and Susa remain. Armusia. How do you like her spirit? Susa. 'Tis a clear one. Clogged with no dirty stuff, she is all pure honor. Emmanuel. The bravest wench I ever looked upon, and of the strongest parts she is most fair. Yet her mind such a warrior. Armusia, What an action would this be put forward on! What a glory, and what everlasting wealth to end it! Methinks my soul is strangely raised. Susa, to step into it, just while they think and ere they have determined to bring the king off. Armusia, things have been done as dangerous. Emmanuel, and prospered best when they were least considered. Armusia, bless me, my hopes, and you, my friends, assist me, none but our companions. Susa, you deal wisely, and if we shrink, the names of slaves die with us. Emmanuel, stay not for second thoughts. Armusia, I am determined, and though I lose, it shall be sung I was valiant, and my brave offer shall be turned to a story, worthy the princess's tongue. A boat, that's all, unprovided, and it habits like to merchants. The rest will counsel as we go. Susa, away then! Fortune looks fair on those who make haste to win her. Exeunt. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Keeper and 2 Moors. Keeper, I have kept many a man, and many a great one, yet I confess I ne'er saw before a man of such sufferance. He lies now, where I would not lay my dog, for sure, 'twould kill him, where neither light nor comfort can come near him, nor air nor earth that's wholesome. It grieves me to see such mighty a king, with all his glory, sunk o'er the sudden bottom of a dungeon. Whither should we descend, that our poor rascals, if we had our deserts? Moor 1. 'Tis a strange wonder, load him with irons, oppress him with contempts, which are the governor's commands, give him nothing, or so little to sustain life 'tis next to nothing, they stir him not him. He smiles upon his miseries, and bears them with such strength as if his nature had been nursed up and fostered with calamities. Moor 2. He gives no ill words, curses nor repines not, blames nothing, hopes in nothing we can fear, and, in the midst of all these frights, fears nothing. Keeper, I'll be sworn, he fears not, for even when I shake him, as many times as my pity will compel me, when other souls that bear half his burden shrink in their powers, and burst with their oppressions, then he will sing, woo his afflictions, and court him in sad airs, as if he would wed them. Moor 1. That's more than we have heard yet. We are only appointed for his guard, but not so near him. And if we could hear that wonder, Keeper, many times, I fear the governor should come to know it. For his voice so affects me, it so delights me, that I find his hour I have music ready. It stirs me infinitely. Be but still and private, and you may chance to hear. Opens the trapdoor. King appears, from below, laden with chains, his head and arms only above. Moor 2, to Keeper. We will not stir, sir. This is a sudden change, but who dares blame it? Keeper, to Moors. Now hark and melt, for I'm sure I shall. Stand silent, what stubborn weight of chains? Moor 1, he looks temperately. Moor 2, his eyes not sunk, and his complexion firm still, no wildness, no distempered touch upon him. How constantly he smiles, how undaunted. With what a majesty he heaves his head up. Keeper, now mark, I know he will sing. Do not disturb him. The king sings. To King, giving him food. Your allowance from the governor, word more, sir, or in my power to make it handsomer. King, do not transgress thy charge. I take his bounty, and fortune whilst I bear a mind contented, not leavened with the glory I am fallen from, nor hang upon vain hopes that may corrupt me. Thou art my slave, and I appear above thee. Enter Governor. 2 Moors. Keeper to Moors, the governor himself. Governor to King. What, at your banquet, and in such state, and with such change of service? King. Nature's no glutton, sir. A little serve, sir. Governor. This diet's wholesome, then. King. I beg no better. Governor. A calm, contented mind. To Keeper. Give him less next. These full meals will oppress his health. His grace is of tender and pure constitution, and such repletions. King. Mock, it moves not me, sir. Thy mirths as thy do mischiefs fly behind me. Governor. Ye carry it handsomely, but tell me, Patience, do you not curse the brave and royal lady, your gracious sister? Do you not damn her pity, damn her 20 times a day, and damn it seriously? Do you not swear aloud, too, cry and kick? the very soul sweaten thee in the agony of her contempt of me. Couldst thou not eat her for being so injurious to thy fortune, thy fair and happy fortune? Couldst thou not wish her a bastard or a whore? Fame might proclaim her, black, ugly fame, or thou hadst no sister, spitting the general name out, and the nature blaspheming heaven for making such a mischief, for giving power to pride and will to woman. King. No, tyrant, no. I bless her and love her for it. And though her scorn of thee has laid up for me as many plagues as the corrupted air breeds, as many mischiefs as the hours have minutes, as many forms of the dead as doubt can figure, yet I should love her more and still more honor her. All thou canst lay upon me cannot bend me. No, not the stroke of death, that I despise too, for if fear could possess me, thou hadst won me. As little from this hour I prize thy flatteries, and less than those thy prayers, though thou wouldst kneel to me. And if she would not be my mistress of this nature, she is none of mine, no kin, I contemn her. Governor. Are you so valiant, sir? Yes, and so fortunate. For he had that which my constancy still conquers. Hadst thou preserved me as a noble enemy, and, as at first, made my restraint to me seem as though only the shadow of my captivity, I had still spoke thee noble, still declared thee a valiant, great, and worthy man, still loved thee, and still preferred thy fair love to my sister. But to compel me from this with a misery, a most inhumane and unhandsome slavery. Governor, you will relent for all this talk, I fear not, and put your wits a work again. King, you are cozened, or if I were so weak to be wrought to it, so fearful to give way to so much poverty. How I now should curse her heart if she contested. Governor, you shall write and entreat, or, King, do thy utmost, in all thy tortures I'll laugh at thee. I'll think thee no more valiant but a villain. Nothing thou hast done, brave but like a thief, achieved by craft and kept by cruelty, nothing canst thou deserve, thou art but unhonest. No way live to build a name, thou art barbarous. Governor, to keeper, down with him low enough, there let him murmur, and see that his diet be so light and so little, he grow thus not high-hearted on it. To king, I will cool ye, and make you cry for mercy and be ready, to work my ends and willingly, and your sister taken down. Your scornful, cruel sister shall repent too, and sue me for grace. To keeper, give him no liberty, but let his bands be doubled, his ease lessened. Nothing his heart desires, but vex and torture him. Let him not sleep. Nothing's that's dear to nature, let him enjoy. Yet take heed that he die not. Keep him as near death as willingly to embrace it, but see he arrive not at it. I will humble him. And her stout heart that stands on such defiance. And let me see her champions that dare venture, her high and mighty wooers. Keep your guards close, and as you love your lives, be diligent, and what I charge observe. Keeper, Moors, we shall be dutiful. Governor, to king. I'll pull your courage, king, and all your bravery. King descends into trapdoor. Exit governor. Moor 1. Most certain he is resolved, nothing can stir him. For if he had but any part about him, gave way to fear or hope, he durst not talk thus, and do so stoutly too. As willingly and quietly he sunk down to his sorrows, as some men keep to their sleeps. Keeper. Yes, and sleeps with them. So little he regards them, there's the wonder, and so soundly sleeps. Would I durst pity him, or would it were in my will, but we are servants and tied unto command. More too. I wish him better, but I much feared that he is tomb already. We must observe our guards. More 1. He cannot last long, and when he is dead, he is free. Keeper. That is the most cruelty, that we must keep him living. More 2. That's as he please, for that man resolves needs no physician. Exit. End of Scene 1. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Armusia, Susa, Emmanuel, disguised like merchants and armed underneath. Armusia. Our prosperous passage was an omen to us, a lucky and fair omen. Susa, Emmanuel. We believe it. Armusia. The sea and the wind strove to who would most befriend us, and they favored our design and loved us. So let us forth. Where lies the boat that brought us? Susa, save lodge within the reeds close by the castle, that no eye can suspect nor thought come near it. Emmanuel, but where have you been, brave sir? Armusia, I have broke the ice, boys. I have begun the game. Fair fortune guided, suspectless have I travelled all the town through, and in this merchant's shape won much many acquaintance, and surveyed each strength and place that may befriend us, viewed all his magazines, got perfect knowledge of this prison is, and what power guards it. Susa, these will be strong attempts. Armusia, courage is strong. What we began with policy, my dear friends, let us end with manly force. There's no retiring unless it be with shame. Emmanuel, shame his that hopes it. Armusia, better a few, and clearer fame will follow us. However win or lose, and speak our memories, than if we let out noble armies. Things done thus, and of this noble weight, will style us worthies. Susa, direct, and we have done. Bring us to execute, and if we flinch or fail. Armusia, I am sure ye dare not. Then no further no, and let no ear be near us that may be false. Emmanuel, speak boldly on. We are honest. Our lives and fortunes are yours. Armusia, hard by the place then, where all this treasure lies, his arms, his women, close by the prison too, where he keeps the king. I have hired a lodging and as a trading merchant, a cellar to that too, to stow my wares in, the very wall of which joins to his storehouse. Susa, what of all this? Ye are dull if you apprehend not. Into that cellar, elected friends, I have conveyed, and unsuspected too. That will do it, and that will make all the shake and smoke too. Emmanuel? Huh? Armusia, my thoughts have not been idle nor my practice. The fire I have brought here with me shall do something, shall burst into material flames and bright ones, that all the island shall stand wondering at it, as if they have been stricken with a comet. Powder is ready, and enough to work it. The match is left to fire, all hushed, locked so close. No man suspecting what I am but merchant. An hour hence, my brave friends, look for the fury, the fire to light us to our honored purpose, for that time twill take. Susa, what are our duties? Armusia, when all are full of fear and fright, the governor out of his wits to see the flame so imperious, ready to turn to ashes he worships, and all the people there to stop these ruins, no man regarding any private office. Then we fly to the prison suddenly. Enter soldier. Here's one has found the way and dares direct us. Emmanuel, then to our swords and good hearts, I long for it. Armusia, certain we shall not find such opposition, but what is must be forced. Susa, 'tis bravely cast, sir, and surely, too, I hope. Armusia, if the fire fail not, and the powder hold his nature, some must presently, upon first cry of the amazed people, for nothing will be marked upon but the misery, be ready with the boat upon an instant, and then all's right and fair. Emmanuel, bless us, dear fortune. Armusia, let us be worthy of it in our courage, and fortune must befriend us. Come, all sever, but let's keep still within sight. When the flames rises, let's meet, and either do or die. Susa, so be it. Exit. End of Scene 2. Act 2, Scene 3. Enter Governor and Captain. Governor, no, Captain, for those troops we need 'em not. The town is strong enough to stand their furies. I would see them come and offer to do something. They are high in words. Captain, 'tis safer than doing. Governor, dost they dare attempt? Captain, maybe by treaty, but sure by force they would not prove so forward. Governor, no, faith, I warrant thee. They know me well enough, and know that they have no child in hand to play with. They know my nature, too. I have some bit of them, and to the bones they have reason to remember me. It makes me laugh and think how glorious the fools are in their promises, and how pregnant their wits and powers are to bring things pass. Am I not grown lean with the loss of sleep and care to prevent these threatenings, Captain? Captain, you look well, sir. Upon my conscience, you are not like to sicken upon any conceit. Governor, I hope I shall not. Well, I would not have this wench, for I must have her. She must be mine. And there's another charge, Captain. What betwixt love and brawling, I get nothing. All goes in maintenance. The train takes. Hark, what was that? What, that noise there? It went with a violent. Captain, some old wall belike, sir. that had no neighbor to help hold it up. It has fallen suddenly. Governor, I must discard these rascals that are not able to maintain their buildings. They blur the beauty of the town. Within, fire! Fire! Governor, I hear another tune, good captain. It comes on fresher still. 'Tis loud and fearful. Look up into the town, how bright the air shows. Upon my life, some sudden fire. Exit captain. The bell rings. The bell, too! I hear the noise more clear. Enter citizen. Fire! Fire! Governor. Where? Where? Citizen. Suddenly taken in a merchant's house, sir. Fearful and high it blazes. To others within. Help, good people. Exit citizen. Governor. Pox on their paper houses, how they smother. They light like candles, how the roar still rises. Enter captain. Your magazine's afire, sir. Help, help, so suddenly. The castle, too, is in danger, is in much danger. All will be lost. Get the people presently, and all that are on your guard, and all help, all hands, sir. Your wealth, your strength is burnt, else the town perished. The castle now begins to flame. Governor, my soul shakes. Captain, a merchant's house is next joining. Shame light on him, that ever were such a neighbor, such a villain. Governor, raise all the garrison and bring 'em up, and beat the people forward. Exit captain. Oh, I have lost in one house all my hopes. Enter other citizens. Good worthy citizens, follow me all your powers give to me, I will reward you all. O cursed fortune, the flames more violent arise still. Help, help, citizens, freedom and wealth to him that helps. Oh, follow. Fling wine or anything, I'll see it recompense. Buckets, more buckets, fire, fire, fire. Exit omnes. Enter Armusia and his company, disguised like merchants. Armusia. Let it flame on. A comely light gives it up to our discovery. Susa. Hark, what a merry cry these sounds make. Forward fairly, we are not seen in the mist, we are not noted. Away, away, and now if we lose our fortune. Exit. Enter captain and citizens. Captain to citizens. Up, soldiers, up, we deal like men. Citizen, more water, all is consumed else. Captain, all's gone unless you undertake it straight. Your wealth, too, that you must preserve and pay your labor bravely. Up, away. Exit captain and citizens. Enter Armusia and his company, disguised like merchants, with swords drawn. Armusia, so thou art open. To company, keep way the clear behind the still. Now for the place. Soldier, 'tis here, sir. Armusia, sure this is it. Force open the door. Soldier forces the door. A miserable creature, and yet by his manly face, the king is discovered. King, why stare ye on me? You cannot put out faces to affright me. In death I am a king, and contemn ye. Where is that governor? Methinks his manhood should be well pleased to see my tragedy, and come bathe his stern eyes in my sorrows. I dare him to the fight, bring his scorns with him, and all his rugged soldiers and threats. Here's the throat, soldiers, come see who can strike deepest. Emmanuel, to company, break the chain there. King, what does this mean? Armusia, come, talk no more of governors, he has other business, sir. Put your legs forward, and gather your courage like a man. We'll carry off your head else. We are friends, and come to give your sorrows ease. Susa, on, bravely, delays may lose again. Enter guards. Armusia, the guard. Susa, upon him. They fight. Armusia, make speedy and sure work. Exeunt guards. Emmanuel, they fly. Armusia, up with him, and to the boat stand fast. Now be speedy. When the heat's past, we'll sing our history. Away, like thoughts, are sudden as desires, friends. Now, sacred chance be ours. Susa, pray when we have it done, sir. Exit. Act 2, Scene 4. Enter 3 citizens severally. Citizen 1. What is the fire allayed? Citizen 2. 'Tis out, or past the worst. I never did so stoutly. I'll assure you, neighbors, since I was a man, I have burnt at both ends like a squib. I have lived 2 hours in the fire. 'Twas a hideous matter. But when men of understanding come about it, men that judge of things, my wife gave me over and took 100 times. I bore up still and tossed the buckets, boys. Citizen 3. We were all mere martins. Citizen 1. I heard a voice at the end of the hurry, or else I dreamed I heard it, that said treason. Citizen 2. 'Tis like enough. It might cry murder too, for there were many without a joint. But what's that to us? Let's go home, fright our wives, we look like devils. Enter 3 women. Citizen 3, here come some of them to fright us. Woman 1, mine's alive, neighbor, oh sweet honey husband. Citizen 2, thou liest, I stink abominably, and thou hadst been in my place, thou wouldst have stunk at both ends. Get me some drink, give me some whole turns of drink, a whole cistern, for I have 4 dozen fine firebrands in my belly. I have more smoke in my mouth than would bloat 100 herrings. Woman 2, art thou come safe again? Woman 3, I pray you, what became of my man, is he well? Citizen 2, as heart's ease in a well, is very well, neighbor. We left him drinking of a dozen new buckets. Thy husband's happy, though he was thorough roasted, and now he's basting himself at all points. The clerk and he are cooling their percaniums. Body o' me, neighbors, there's fire in my codpiece. Woman 1, bless my husband. Citizen 2, blow it out, wife, blow, blow, the gable end in the storehouse. Women, some water, 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 they throw water. Peace, 'tis but a sparkle, raise not the town, again, 'twill be a great hindrance. I'm glad 'tis out, ain't taken in my hayloft, what frights are these? Merry heaven, bless thy modicum. Woman 3, but is it drowned outright? Pray, put me out of my fear, neighbor. Citizen 2, thou wouldst have it so, but after 100 fires he'll live to see the burnt for brewing musty liquor. Citizen 1, come, let's go, neighbor, for I would very fain to turn down this liquor. Citizen 2, come, come, I fry like a burnt marrow-bone. Women, get you a 4 and draw upon us. Run, wenches, and run, let your taps with ye. Run as the fire were in your tails. Cry, ale, ale. Women, away, let's nourish the poor wretches. Citizen 2, will rally up the rest of the burnt regiment. Exit. End of Scene 4. Act 2, Scene 5. Enter Governor, and Captain, and Soldier. Governor, the fire's quenched, Captain, but the mischief hangs still. The king's redeemed and gone too, a trick, a damned one. I am overtaken poorly, tamely. Captain, to Soldier. Where were the guard and waited upon the prison? Soldier, most of them slain, some 'scaped, sir, and they deliver. They saw a little boat ready to receive him, and those redeemed him, making such haste and fighting beyond the force of men. Governor, I am lost, Captain, and all the world will laugh and scorn me. Count me a heavy, sleepy fool, a coward past recovery, a confirmed coward, one without carriage or common sense. Soldier, he's gone, sir, and put to sea amain, past our recovery. Not a boat ready to pursue, if there were any. The people stand so amazed at their valor, in sudden fright of fire, none knows to execute. Governor, oh, I could tear every limb and knock my boy's brains against every poise I meet, fooled with a fire. Captain, it was a crafty trick. Governor, no, I was lazy, confident, sluggish, lazy. Had I but met them and changed a dozen blows, I had forgiven them, by both these hands held up by the brightness that gilds the world with light, by all our worships, the hidden ebbs and flows of the blue ocean. I will not rest, no mirth shall dwell upon me, wine not touch my mouth, nor anything refresh me, till I wholly quit of this dishonor. To Captain, make ready my baratos instantly, and what I shall intend. Captain, we are your servants. Exit. End of Scene 5. Act 2, Scene 6. Enter Kisara and Rui Diaz. Kisara, never tell me, you never cared to win me, never for my sake to attempt a deed that might draw me to a thought of you and sought my favor, if not for love of me, for love of my arms, sir, for that cause you profess for love of honor, of which you style yourself the mighty master. You might have stepped out nobly and made an offer, as you intended something excellent. Put on a forward face. Rui Diaz, dear lady, hold me. Kisara, I hold ye as I find ye, a faint servant. Rui Diaz, by heaven I dare do. Kisara, in a lady's chamber, I dare ye believe ye, there's no mortal danger. Give me a man that dares do to deserve that. I thought you Portugals had been rare wanderers, men of haughty courages and credits, that all things were confined within your premises. The lords of fate and fortune I believed ye. But I well see I am deceived, Rui Diaz, and blame too late much my belief. Diaz, I am ashamed, lady. I was so dulled, so stupid to your offer. Now you have once more schooled me. I am right, and something shall be thought on suddenly, and put in act soon, some preparation. Kisara, and give it out? Diaz, yes, lady, and so great too, in which the noise of all my countrymen. Kisara, those will do well, for they are all approved ones, and though he be restored alive. Diaz, I have ye. Kisara, for then we are both servants. Diaz, I conceive ye. Good madam, give me thy leave to turn my fancies. Kisara, do, and make all things fit, and then I'll visit you. Diaz, myself, my cousin in the garrison, the neighbors out of isles of our nation, Siana's strength, for I can humor him, and proud Bacamus, I shall deceive his glory. A shout within. What ringing of sound of joy is this? Whence it comes? Maybe the princes are in sport. Enter Pinheiro and Cristoforo, carrying boughs. Pinheiro, where are ye? Diaz. Now, Pinheiro, what's the haste of you seek me? Pinheiro, do you know this sign, sir? Waves a bow. Diaz. Ha! Pinheiro, do you know this emblem? Your nose is bored. Diaz. Bored? What's that? Pinheiro, your top, sir. The king's come home. The king! Diaz. The devil! Pinheiro, nay, sure, he came in God's name home. He's returned. Cristoforo, and all this joy ye hear. Diaz. Who durst attempt him? The princes are all here. Cristoforo, they are worthy princes. They are special princes all. They love by ounces. Believe it, sir, 'tis done most bravely and easily. What fortune have ye lost, sir? What justice have ye now unto this lady? Pinheiro, how stands your claim, that ever man should be fooled so, when he should do and prosper, stand protesting, kissing the hand and farting for a favor, when he should be about his business sweating? She bid you go, and picked out a purpose, and to make a lady of fortune, by a lady, and a lusty one, a lovely, that you now may look. She pointed ye, knowing you were a man of worth and merit, she bid you fly. You have made a flight fair on it. You have caught a goose. Diaz, how dare you thus molest me? It cannot be. A shout within. Cristoforo, how the general joy rings. Pinheiro, have you your hearing left? Is that not drunk too? For if you had been sober, you would have been wise, sure. Diaz, done? Who dares do? Pinheiro, it seems an honest fellow that ended his market before you be up. Cristoforo, the shame on it. 'Tis a stranger too. Pinheiro, 'tis no saying. He took her at her word and tied the bargain, dealt like a man indeed, stood not demurring, but clapped close to the cause, as he will do to the lady. He's a fellow of that speed and handsomeness, he will get her with child too, ere you shall come to know him. Is it not brave? A gentleman scarce landed, scarce eating of the air here, not acquainted, no circumstance of love depending on him, nor command to show him, must start forth at the first sight to. Diaz, I am undone. Pinheiro, like an oyster, she neither taking view nor value of him unto these deeds. Pox on these wise delayings, they make men cowards. You are undone as a man would undo an egg, 100 shames about ye. Enter Kisara, Panura, and train. Kisara to Diaz. Can it be possible? A stranger that I have not known, not yet seen, a man I never graced. Oh, captain, what shall I do? I am betrayed by fortune. It cannot be, it must not be. Pinheiro, it is, lady, and by my faith, a handsome gentleman. 'Tis poor scholar's prize. Kisara, I must be given unto a man I ne'er saw, ne'er spoke with, and know not of what nation. Pinheiro, he's a Portugal, and of which a good pitch he will be given to you, lady, for he's given much to handsome flesh. Kisara, O Diaz, this was your sloth, Diaz. Pinheiro, your love sloth, uncle, do you find it now? You should have done it at first and faithfully, and then to the other lied ready for ye. A shout within. To Kisara, Madam, the general joy comes. Kisara, we must meet it, but with what comfort? Enter citizens carrying boughs, and boys singing after them. Then the king, Armusia, Susa, and Emmanuel, Princess Bacan and Siana, and their train following. Kisara kneels. Oh, my dear brother, what joy runs through me, to see you safe and again and mighty. What a blessed day is this. King, rise up, fair sister. I am not unwelcome till you have embraced me. Kisara rises and they embrace. Rui Diaz. A general gladness, sir, flies through the city, and mirth possess all to see your grace arrive. Thus happily arrived again, and fairly. 'Twas a brave venture, whosoever put for't, a high and noble one, worthy much honor, and had it failed, we had not failed, great sir. And in short time, too, I had forced the governor, in spite of all his threats. King, I thank ye, gentlemen. Rui Diaz, and all his subtleties to set you free, with all his heart and will too. King, I know ye love me. Pinheiro, aside. This had been good, with something done before it, but something to set off to beautify it, but now it sounds empty like a barber's basin. Pox, there's no metal in it, no noble marrow. Bacan, I have an army, sir, but that the governor, the foolish fellow, was a little provident, and wise in letting slip no time became him too. That would have scoured all else in all his confines, and that would have wrung him like a peal. Pinheiro, aside, yes, backwards, to make dogs howl. I know thee to a farthing, thy army's good for hawks, but there's nothing but sheep's hearts in it. Siana, I have done nothing, sir, therefore I think it convenient I say little what I purposed, and what my love intended. King, I like your modesty. I thank ye, royal friends. I know it grieved ye to know my misery, but this man, princes, indicating Armusia, I must thank heartily indeed and truly, for this man saw me in it and redeemed me. He looked upon me sinking and then caught me. This sister, this man, and all this valor, this pious man. Rui Diaz, aside. My countenance, it shames me, once scarce arrived, had not hardened yet. Not reared in dangers and great deeds, seasick, not seasoned, I have buoyed myself. King, this noble bulwark, this lance and honor of the aging kingdom, this I can never reward nor hope. This to be once worthy of the name of friend, to this, the man from the bowels of my sorrows, he has now begot my name, and once more made me. To Kisara, O sister, if there is any that may thanks for this, or any that mere recompense invented. Armusia, you are too noble, sir. There is reward, above my action too, by millions. A recompense so rich and glorious, I durst not dream it mine, but 'twas promised. But that was propounded, sworn and sealed before the face of heaven, I durst not hope it. For nothing in the life of man or merit is so truly great, or else can embrace it. Oh, speak it, bless mine ears to hear it. Make me a happy man to know it may be, for methinks I am still a prisoner, and feel no liberty before I find it. Armusia, then by know it is your sister, she is mine, sir. I claim her as my own word and her honor. It was her open promise to that man that durst redeem ye. Beauty set me on, and fortune crowns me fair, for if she receive me. King, receive ye, sir, why sister, ha, so backward, stand as though you knew me not, or nor what he has ventured, my dearest sister. Armusia, good sir, pardon me, there is a blushing modesty becomes her, that holds her back. Women are nice to woo, sir, I would not have her forced. Give her fair liberty, for these things compelled and frightened of soft natures, turn fears and fly into their own wishes. King, look on him, my Kisara, such another, oh, all ye powers so excellent in nature, in honor so abundant. Kisara, I confess, sir, confess my word is past too. He has purchased, yet, good sir, give me leave to think, but in time, to be acquainted with his word and person, to make me fit to know it. We are both strangers, and how we should believe so suddenly to come to fasten our affections. Alas, love has his compliments. King, be sudden and certain in your way, no woman's doubles, nor coy delays, you are his, and so assure it, or cast from me and my remembrance ever. Respect your word, I will know it you will. Come, sister, let's see what welcome you can give to a prisoner, and what fare looks to a friend. To princes, O my most noble princess, no tense, but be all lusty. He that frowns this day is an open enemy. Thus in my arms, my dear, embraces Armusia. Armusia, you make me blush, sir. King, and now lead on, our whole court crowned with pleasure. Exeunt Armusia, king, princes, and train. Rui Diaz to Kisara. Madam, despair not, something shall be done yet. And suddenly and wisely. Kisara, aside to Rui Diaz. O Rui Diaz, exeunt Kisara and Rui Diaz. Pinheiro, aside to Susa and Cristoforo. Well, he's a brave fellow, and he has deserved her richly, and you have had your hands full, I dare swear, gentlemen. Susa, aside to Pinheiro. We have done something, sir, if he hit right. Cristoforo, aside to Susa. The woman has no eyes, else nor honesty, so much I think. Pinheiro, aside to Cristoforo and Susa. Come, let's go bounced amongst them, to the king's health and my brave countrymen's. My uncle looks as though we were sick of the worms, friends. Exit. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. Enter Pinheiro. Pinheiro. Mine uncle haunts me up and down, looks melancholy. Wondrous proof melancholy. Sometimes swears, then whistles, then starts, cries and groans, as if he had the bots. As to say the truth, I think he has little better. As would fain speak, bids me good morrow at midnight, and good night 'tis when noon, and has something hovers about his brain, would fain and find issue, but cannot or dares not. Enter Diaz. Still he follows. How he looks still. How he beats about like an old dog at a dead scent. Diaz sighs. Ay, Mary, there was a side that would set a ship a-sailing. These winds of love and honor blow at all ends. Now speak, and be thy will. To Diaz. Good morrow, uncle. Diaz. Good morrow, sir. Pinheiro. Aside. This is a new salute. Sure, he's forgot me. This is a pure-blind Cupid. Diaz. My nephew? Pinheiro. Yes, sir, if I be not changed. Diaz. I would fain speak with you. Pinheiro. I would fain have ye, sir, for that end I stay. Diaz. You know I love ye, and I have loved you long, my dear Pinheiro, bred and supplied you. Pinheiro, aside. Whither walks this preamble? Diaz. You may remember, though I am but your uncle, I had a father's care, a father's tenderness. Pinheiro, aside. Sure he would wrap me into something now, suddenly. He doubts my nature, for mine is honest. He whines about me so. Diaz. A father's diligence. My private benefits I have forgot, sir, but those you would lay claim to as my follower, yet some men would remember. Pinheiro. I do, daily. Diaz. The place of which I put ye in, which is no weak one. Next to myself, you stand in all employments, your counsels, cares, assignments with me equal. So is my study still to plant your person. These are small testimonies. I have not forgot ye, nor would be forgotten. Pinheiro. Sure you cannot. Diaz. O Pinheiro. Pinheiro. Sir, what stands upon ye? What heavy weight oppresses ye? Ye have lost, I must confess, in those that understand ye, some little of your credit. But time will cure that. The best may slip sometimes. Diaz. O my best nephew. Pinheiro. It may be ye fear her too. That disturbs ye? That she may fall herself or be forced from ye? Diaz. She is ever true, but I undone forever. Oh, that Armusia, that new thing, that stranger, that flag that struck up to rob me of mine honor, that murdering chain-shot from me at my country, that goodly plague I must court to kill me. Pinheiro, aside. Now comes the flowing from here. I feared this. Know that he durst be idle, durst be ill too. To Diaz. Has he not done a brave thing? Diaz. I must confess it, nephew, allow it. But the brave thing has undone me, has sunk me, has trod me like a name in sand to nothing, hangs betwixt hope and me, and threatens my ruin. And if he rise and blaze, farewell my fortune. And when that's set, where's thy advancement, cousin? Were that a friend, were a noble kinsman, that he would consider these, that a man were grateful, that he durst do something, he durst love me. Pinheiro. You say true, 'tis worth consideration. Your reasons are of weight, and mark me, uncle, I'll be sudden and to the purpose with you. Say this Armusia, then, were't taken off, how easily it may be done. How stands the woman? Diaz. She is mine forever, for she contemns his deed and him. Pinheiro, aside. Pox on him, or if the single pox is not sufficient, the hogs, the dogs, and the devil's pox possess him. To Diaz. Faith, this Armusia stumbles me. He's a brave fellow, and if he could be spared, uncle. Diaz. I must perish. Had he set up any rest but this, done anything but what concerned my credit, the everlasting losing of my worth. Pinheiro, aside. I understand you now, who set you on too. I had a reasonable good opinion of the devil till this hour, and I see he is a knave indeed, an arrant stinking knave, for now I smell him. To Ruy Diaz, I'll see what may be done, then you shall know. You have a kinsman. Aside, but no villain, uncle, nor betrayer of fair fame. I scorn it. I love and honor virtue. To Ruy Diaz, I must have access to the lady and know her mind too. A good word from her mouth, you know, may stir me. A lady's look at setting on. Ruy Diaz, you say well. Here, cousin, here's a letter ready for you. Giving Pinheiro a letter, and you shall see how nobly she'll receive you, and what care direct. Pinheiro, farewell then, uncle. After I have talked with her, I am your servant. Aside, to make you honest, if I can, else hate you. To Ruy Diaz, pray ye, no more compliments, my head is busy. Exit Ruy Diaz. Heaven bless me! What a malicious soul does this man carry, and to what scurvy things this love converts us, what stinking things, and how sweetly they become us. Murder's a moral virtue with these lovers, a special piece of divinity, I take it. I may be mad or violently drunk, which is a whelp of that litter, or I may be covetous and learn that murder men's estates, that's base too. Or proud, that's a paradise to this, or envious, and sit eating of myself at others' fortunes, I may lie, and damnably, beyond the patience of an honest hearer, cozen cut purses, sitteth the stocks for apples, but when I am a lover, Lord have mercy. These are poor pelting sins, or rather plagues. Love and ambition draw the devil's coach. Enter Kisara and Panura. How now? Who are these? Oh, my great lady's followers. Her riddle founders and her fortune tellers, the reader of her love lectures and her inflamers. These doors I must pass through. I hope they are wide. To Kisara and Panura. Good day to your beauties. Aside. How they take it to 'em, how as if they were fair indeed. Kisana, good morrow to you, sir. Pinheiro, aside. That's the old hen, the brooch bird, how she bustles, how like an inventory of lechery she looks. Many a good piece of iniquity has passed her hands, I warrant her. To Panura, I beseech you, is the fair princess stirring? Panura, yes, Mary, she is, sir. But somewhere private. Have you business with her? Pinheiro, yes, forsooth have I, and a serious business. Panura, may we not know? Pinheiro, yes, when you can keep counsel. Panura, to Kisana, how prettily he looks, he's a soldier, sure. His rudeness sits so handsomely upon him. Kisana, to Panura, a good blunt gentleman. Pinheiro, yes, marry am I, yet for a push at two at sharp, an it please you. Panura, my honest friend, you know not what you speak to. This is the princess's aunt. Pinheiro, I like her the better, were she not her mother, lady, or grandmother. I am not so bashful that I can buckle with her. Panura, of what size is your business? Pinheiro, of the long 16s, and I will make way, I warrant ye. Panura, to Kisana, look how fine he talks. Pinheiro, nay, in truth, I talk but coarsely, but I hold it incomfortable for the understanding. Aside, how fain they would draw me into ribaldry. These wenches live easily, live high, and love these broad discourses as they love possets. These dry delights serve for preparatives. Panura, why do you look so on me? Pinheiro, I am guessing, by the cast of your face, of what property for your place should be, for I presume to turn a key, sweet beauty. To Kisana, and you, another, gravity under the princess, and by my soul I warrant ye good places. Come, commodious seats. Kisana, to Panura, prithee let him talk still, for methinks he talks handsomely. Pinheiro, to Panura, and truly, as near my understanding shall enable me, you do look as if you kept my lady's secrets. Nay, do not laugh, for I mean honestly. Aside, how these young things tattle when they get a toy by the end, and how their hearts go a pit-a-pat and look for it. Would it not dance, too, if it had a fiddle? To Kisana, your gravity, I guess, to take the petitions and hear the lingering suits, in love disposed, their sighs and sorrows, and in their proper place, you keep the me office. Kisana, to Panura, prithee suffer him, for as I live, he's a pretty fellow. I love to hear sometimes what men think of us, and thus delivered freely, 'tis no malice. Proceed, good honest man. Pinheiro, I will, good madam. According to some men's states and dignities, moneys and movables, you rate their dreams and cast their nativity of their desires. If he reward well, all he thinks is prosperous, and if he promise place, his dreams are oracles. Your ancient pratic art, too, in these discoveries, who loves at such length who span further, who draws home, yields you no little profit, for these milk by circumstance. Kisana, ye are cunning. Pinheiro, and as they oil ye and advance your spindle, so you draw out the lines of love, your doors too, the doors of destiny, all men must pass through, these fair places. Panura, he knows all. Pinheiro, your trap doors, to pop fools that have no providence, your little wickets, to work wise men like wires through at, and their states and bodies into cobwebs, your postern doors, to catch those that are collateralists, that would have not the world's eyes find their knaveries. Your doors of danger, some men hate pleasure, unless those may be full of fears, your hope doors, and those are fine commodities, where fools pay for every new encouragement a new custom. You have your doors of honor and of pleasure, but those are for great princes, glorious vanities that travel to be famous through diseases. There be doors of poverty and of death too, but for these you do the best you can to dam up, and then your gain goes out. Kisana, this is a rare lecture. Pinheiro, read to them that understand. Panura, beshrew me, I dare not venture on. Ye cut too keen, sir. Enter Kisara. Kisana, we thank you, sir, for your good mirth. You are a good companion. Here comes the princess now. Attend your business. Kisara, aside. Is there no remedy? No hope that can help me? No wit to set me free? Who's there? Oh. Kisana. Troubled? Her looks are getting almost wild. What ails the princess? I know nothing she wants. Kisara to Kisana. Who's there with you? Oh, Signor Pinheiro, you are most welcome. How does your noble uncle? Pinheiro, sad as you are, madam, but he commends thee service and this letter. Gives her the letter. Kisara, to Kisana and Panura. Go off, attend within, to Pinheiro. Fair sir, I thank ye. Pray be no stranger, for indeed you are welcome. For your own virtues, welcome. Kisana, to Panura. We are mistaken. This is some brave fellow, sure. Panura, aside to Kisana. I'm sure he's a bold fellow, but if she hold him so, we must believe it. Exeunt Kisana and Panura. Kisara, how do you know of this, fair sir? Shows him the letter. Pinheiro, I guess it, madam. Whither it intends, I had not brought it else. Kisara, is it of a business of no common reckoning? Pinheiro, the handsomer for him that goes about it. Slight actions are rewarded with slight thanks. Give me a matter of some weight to wait in. Kisara, and can your uncle love so directly, and can he so seriously and so full undertake this? Can there be such a faith? Pinheiro, dare you not say I to hit, and what sent me on? 'Tis no matter for my uncle, or what I owe to him. Dare you but wish it. Kisara, I would fain. Pinheiro, have it done, but say so, lady. Kisara, conceive it so. Pinheiro, I will. 'Tis I am bound to, that must command me in your fair pleasure. The fair aspects of those eyes that must direct me. I am no uncle's agent, I am my own lady. I scorn my able youth should plough through others, or my ambition should serve for pay. I aim, although I never hit, as high as any man. And the reward I shall reach shall be equal. And what love spurs me on to do, this desire, makes me forget an honest man, a brave man, a valiant and virtuous man, my countryman Armusia, and the delight of all the minions, this love of you, doting upon your beauty, the admiration of your excellence, make me but servant to the poorest smile, or the least grace you have bestowed upon the others, and you'll see how suddenly I work for your safety, and set your thoughts at peace. I am no flatterer, to promise infinitely and outmet dangers, to lie abed and swear men into fevers, like some of your trim suitors. When I promise, the light is not more constant to the world than I am to my word. Aside, she turns for millions. Kisara, aside, I have not seen a braver confirmed courage. Pinheiro, aside, for a turn of crowns she turns, she is a woman, and much, I fear, a worse than I expected. To Kisara, you are the object, lady, you are the eye of which all excellence appears, all wonder from their hearts take fire, all hands take their valor. But when he stands disputing when you bid him, or for thinks of his estate, father, mother, friends, wife, and children, he's a fool. I scorn him, and it but to make his clean his sword, coward men have forgot their fealty to beauty. Had I the place in your affections my most unworthy uncle is fit to fall from, lived in those blessed eyes, and read the stories of everlasting pleasures figured there, I would find out your commands before you thought them, and bring them to you ere you dreamed of them. Kisara. Aside. I admire his boldness. Pinheiro. This or anything, your brother's death, mine uncle's, any man's, no state that stands secure if you frown on it. Look on my youth, I bring you no bastings to you. This first flower from my strength, my faith. Kisara. No more, sir. I am too willing to believe. Rest satisfied. If you dare do for me, I shall be thankful. You are a handsome gentleman, a fair one, my servant, if you please. I seal it thus. Kisses him. No more, till you deserve more. Pinheiro. I am rewarded. This woman's cunning, but she's bloody too. Although she pulls her talons in, she's mischievous, formed like the face of heaven, clear and transparent. I must pretend still, bear 'em both in hopes, for fear some bloody slave, thrust in indeed, fashioned and fleshed with what they wish. Well, uncle, what will become of this, and what dishonor follow this fatal shaft if shot? Let time tell. I can only but fear, and strive to cross it. End of Scene 1. Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Armusia, Emmanuel, and Susa. Emmanuel, why are you thus sad? What can grieve or vex you, that have the pleasures of the world, the profits, the honor, and loves at your disposes? Why should a man that wants nothing want his quiet? Armusia, I want what beggars are above me in, content. I want the grace I have merited, the favor, the due respect. Susa, does the king not allow it? Armusia, yes, and he honors else, but all I ask is that he has the power to give. But from his sister, that scornful cruelty, forgive me, beauty, that I transgress from her, that should look on me, that little smile upon my service, that foster my deserts for her own faith's sake, that should at least acknowledge me, speak to me so. Susa, and you did go whining up and down for this, sir, lamenting and disputing of your grievances, sighing and sobbing like a sullen schoolboy, and cursing goodwife fortune for this favor. Armusia, what would you have me to do? Susa, do what you should do, what a man would do in this case, a wise man, an understanding man that knows a woman, knows all her tricks and her scorns and her trifles. Go to her and take her in your arms and shake her, take her and toss her like a bar. Emmanuel, but be sure you pitch her upon a feather bed, shake her between a pair of these sheets, sir. There shake these sullen fits out of her, spare not her there, there you will break her will and bruise no bone, sir. Susa, go to her. Emmanuel, that's the way. Susa, and tell her boldly, and do not mince the matter nor mock yourself with too indulgent to her pride. Let her hear roundly from what ye what you are, and ye what you have deserved, and what must she be. Emmanuel, and be not put off like a common fellow, with the princess would be private, or that she has taken physic and admits none. I would talk to her anywhere. Armusia, it makes me smile. Emmanuel, and now you look handsomely. Had I a wench to win, I would so flutter her. They love a man that crushes them to verges. A woman held at hard meat is your spaniel. Susa, pray take our counsel, sir. Armusia, I shall do something, but not in your way. It shows too boisterous, for my affections are as fair and gentle as her they serve. Enter King. Susa, the king. King, to Armusia. Why, how now, friend? Why do you rob me of the company I love so dearly? I have been seeking you. For when I want you, I want all my pleasure. Why sad and thus still man? I will not have it. I must see the face I love and thus shadowed. Emmanuel, and it please your grace, methinks it ill becomes him. A soldier should be jovial, high and lusty. King, he shall be so. Come, come, I know your reason. It shall be none to cross you. You shall have her. Take my word, 'tis a king's word. Ye shall have her. She shall be yours or nothing. Pray be merry. Armusia, your grace has given me the cause I shall be, sir, and ever your poor servant. King, me myself, sir, my better self, to Emmanuel and Susa. I shall find time, and suddenly, to gratify your loves too, gentlemen, and make you know how much I stand bound to you. Nay, 'tis not worth your thanks, no further compliment. To Armusia, will you go with me, friend? Armusia, I beseech your grace, spare me an hour or two. I shall wait on you, some private business with myself, sir, for a little time. King, I'll hinder no devotion, for I know that you are regular. To Emmanuel and Susa, I'll take you, gentlemen, because he shall have nothing to disturb him. To Armusia, I shall look for you, friend. Armusia, I dare not fail, sir. Exeunt all but Armusia. Enter Panura. What shall I do to make her know my misery, to make her sensible? Sees Panura. This is her woman. I have a toy come to me suddenly, and it may work for the best. She can but scorn me, and lower that I am, I cannot tumble. I'll try, whatever my fate be. To Panura. Good even, fair one. Panura, aside. 'Tis the brave stranger. A good night to you, sir. Aside. Now by my lady's hand, a goodly gentleman. How happy she shall be in such a husband. Would I were so provided so too. Armusia, good pretty one, shall I keep you company for an hour or two? I want employment for this evening. I am an honest man. Panura, I dare believe ye. Or, if we were not, sir, that's no great matter. We take men's promises. Would you stay with me, sir? Armusia, so it please you. Pray, let's be better acquainted. I know you are the princess's gentlewoman, and wait upon her near. Panura, 'tis like I do so. Armusia, I may befriend a man, do him fair courtesies, if he have business your way. Panura, I understand ye. Armusia, so kind an office that you bind a gentleman hereafter to be yours and on your way too. And ye may bless the hour that you did this benefit. Sweet handsome faces should have courteous minds and sweet ready faculties. Panura, tell me your business. Yet I think it be to her yourself, sir, for I know what you are and what we hold ye, and in graces you stand without a second. But for that darkens, you would do it better. The princess must be pleased with your access, as I'm sure it would. Armusia, I want a courtier's boldness, and yet I am a stranger. I would fain speak with her. Panura, 'tis very late upon her hour of sleep, sir. Armusia, pray, wear this, giving her a jewel, and believe my meaning civil. My business of this fair respect and carriage, this from one more acquaintance. They kiss. Panura, aside. How close he kisses, and how sensible the passing of his lips are. I must do it, and ere I were to be hanged now, I will do it. He may do as much for me, that's all I aim at, and come what will on it, life or death, I'll do it, for such 10 kisses more, and were high treason. Armusia, I would be private with her. Panura, so you shall. 'Tis not worth thanks else, you must dispatch quick. Armusia, suddenly. Panura, and I must leave you in my chamber, sir, where you must lock yourself ere that none see you. 'Tis close to hers, you cannot miss the entrance, and when she comes down to bed. Armusia, I understand ye, and once more thank ye, lady. Panura, thank me but thus, and Armusia, and if I fail thee, they kiss. Come close then. Exeunt. End of Scene 2. Act 3, Scene 3. Enter Kisara and Kisana. Kisara, 'tis late, good aunt, to bed. I am uneven ready. My woman will not be long away. Kisana, I would have you a little merrier first. Let me sit by ye and read, or discourse something that fancy ye, or take my instrument. Kisara, no, I thank you. I shall sleep without these. I wrong your age, aunt. I make ye wait thus. Pray let me entreat ye. Tomorrow I'll see ye. I know you're sleepy, and rest will be a welcome guest. You shall not, indeed, you shall not stay. Enter Panura. Oh, here's my woman. Good night, and good rest, aunt. Attend you. Kisana, sleep dwell upon your eyes, and fair dreams court ye. Exit. Kisara. Come, where have you been, wench? Make me unready. I slept but ill last night. Panura. You'll sleep the better, I hope, tonight, madam. Kisara. A little rest contents me. Thou lovest thy bed, Panura. Panura. I am not in love, lady, nor seldom dream of devils. I sleep soundly. Kisara. I swear thou dost. Thy husband would not take it so well if thou wert married, wench. Panura. Let him take, madam, the way to waken me. I am no dormouse. Husbands have alarum bells, if they ring but once. Kisara. Thou art a merry wench. Panura. I shall live the longer. Kisara. Prithee fetch my book. Panura. Aside. I am glad of that. Kisara. I'll read a while I sleep. Panura. I will, madam. Kisara. And if Rui Diaz meet you and be importunate, he may come in. Panura. Aside. I have a better fare for you. Now at least I sight and play, aye. Enter Armusia, who locks the door. Kisara. Why should I love him? Why should I dote upon a man who deserves it not, nor will no work to it? Who's there, wench? Sees Armusia. What are you, or whence came you? Armusia. Ye may know me. I bring not such amazement, noble lady. Kisara, who let you in? Armusia, my restless love that serves ye. Kisara, this is an impudence I have not heard of, a rudeness that becomes a thief or ruffian, nor shall my brother's love protect this boldness you build so strongly on. My rooms are sanctuaries, and with that reverence they shall seek my favors, and humble fears shall render their approaches. Armusia, mine are no less. Kisara, I am a mistress of myself, sir, and so will be so. I will not be thus visited, these fears and dangers thrust into my privacy. Armusia draws near. Stand further off, or else I'll cry out else. Armusia, O dear lady. Kisara, I see dishonor in your eyes. Armusia, there is none. Pray all that beauty they are innocent. Pray, tremble not, you have no cause. Kisara, I'll die first, before that you have your will be torn into pieces. The little strength I have left to me to resist you, the gods will give me more, before I am forced to that hate or suffer. Armusia, you wrong my duty. Kisara, so base a violation of my liberty. I know you are bent on nobly. I'll take to me the spirit of a man to borrow his boldness, and force my woman's fears into a madness, and ere you arrive at what you aim at. Armusia, lady, if there be in you any woman's pity, and if your fears have not proclaimed me monstrous, look on me and believe me. Is this violence? He kneels. Is it thus to fall prostrate to your beauty and a ruffian's boldness? Is humility a rudeness, the griefs and sorrows that grow here an impudence? These forcing and these fears I bring along with me, these impudent abuses offered ye, and thus high in your brother's favor blown me. Alas, dear lady of my life, I came not with any purpose rough or desperate, with any thought that was not smooth and gentle as your fair hand, with any doubt or danger, far be it from my heart to fright your quiet. A heavy curse light on it when I intend it. Kisara, now I dare to hear you. Armusia, if I had been mischievous, as then I must be mad or were a monster. If any such base thought had harbored here, or any violence that became not manned, you have 1,000 bulwarks to assure you, the holy powers that bear shields to defend chastity, your honor and virtues are such armors, your clear thoughts such defenses. If you misdoubt still, and retain a fear I am not honest, come with impure thoughts to this place. Take this, drawing his dagger, and sheathe it here, holds it to his chest. Be your own safety. Be wise and rid your fears, and let me perish. How willingly I shall sleep to satisfy you. Kisara, no, I believe you speak worthily. What came you for? He rises. Armusia, to complain me, beauty, but modestly. Kisara, of what? Armusia, of your fierce cruelty. For though I die, I will not blame the doer. Humbly, to tell your grace, ye had forgotten me. A little to have touched at, not accused. For that I dare not do, your scorns, pray, pardon me, and to be not angry that I use the liberty to use that word. A little to have showed you what I have been, and what you have done to deserve ye. If anything that love commands may reach ye, to have remembered ye, but I am unworthy, and to that misery falls my fortunes. To have ye, and by my life, ye may believe me, that I am honest, and will only marry you or your memory. Pray, be not angry. Kisara, I thank you, sir, and let me tell you seriously, you have taken now and right away to befriend ye, and you beget a fair and clear opinion. Yet, to try your obedience, Armusia, I stand ready, lady, without presuming to ask anything. Kisara, or at this time to hope for further favor, or else to remember services or smiles, dangers you have passed through, and rewards due to 'em. Loves, or despairs but, leaving all to me, quit this place presently. Armusia, I shall obey ye. Enter Rui Diaz. Ha! Armusia, who's this? What art thou? Rui Diaz, a gentleman. Armusia, thou art no more, I'm sure. Oh, 'tis Rui Diaz. How high he looks and harsh. Rui Diaz, is there not door enough? You take such elbow room? Armusia, if I take it, I'll carry it. Rui Diaz to Kisara, does this become you, princess? Armusia, the captain's jealous of he never durst deserve yet. To Rui Diaz, go, freely go. I'll give thee leave. Rui Diaz, your leave, sir? Armusia, yes, my leave, sir. I'll not be troubled neither, nor shall my heart ache or head be jealous. Now, nor strange suspicious thoughts reign in my memory. Go on, do thy worst, and I'll smile at thee. To Kisara, I kiss your fair hand first. To Rui Diaz, then farewell, captain. Exit. Kisara, aside. What a pure soul inherents here, and what innocence! Sure, I was blind when I first loved this fellow, and longed to live in that fog still. How he blusters! Rui Diaz, am I your property? Or those your flatteries? The banquets that ye bid me to, the trust I build my goodly hopes on. Kisara, be more temperate. Rui Diaz, are these shows of your respect and favor? What did he hear? What language had he with ye? Did ye invite? Could ye stay no longer? Is he so gracious in your eye? Kisara, you are too forward. Rui Diaz, why at these private hours? Kisara, you are too saucy, too impudent to task with me these errors. Do you know what I am, sir, and my prerogative? Though you be a thing I have called the name of a friend, I never taught you to dispose my liberty. How durst you touch my honor, blot my meanings, and a name and action of mine, but noble? Thou poor unworthy thing, how have I graced thee? How have I nourished thee and raised thee hourly? Are these the gratitudes you bring, Rui Diaz? The thanks, the services? I am fairly paid. Was it enough that I saw thou were a coward, and shadowed thee, no noble sparkle in thee? Daily provoked thee, and found thee in a coward, raised noble causes for these strangers, and yet still a coward, ever a coward, and yet with those taints dost thou unbraid my virtues. Rui Diaz, I was to blame, lady. Kisara, so blindly, bold to touch at my behavior, durst thou look amiss at my allowance? If thou had been a brave fellow, thou hadst some license, some liberty that I might have allowed thee, for thy good face some scope to have argued with me. But, being nothing but a sound, a shape, the mere sign of a soldier, of a lover, the dregs of Drafty apart, disgrace, jealousy, I scorn thee and contemn thee. Rui Diaz, dearest lady, if I have been too free. Kisara, thou hast been too foolish, and go on still, I'll study to forget thee, and would that I could, and yet I pity thee. Exit. Rui Diaz, I am not worth it. If I were, that's misery. The next door is but death. I must aim at it. Exit. End of Act 3. Act 4, Scene 1. Enter King and Governor, disguised as a Moor priest. King, so far and truly you have discovered to me the former currents of my life and fortune, that I am bound to acknowledge ye most holy, and certainly to credit your predictions of what are yet to come. Governor, I am no liar. Aside, 'tis strange I should live so near a neighbor, but these are not my ends. King, pray ye sit, good father, certain a reverend man and most religious. Governor, aside, aye, that's belief well now, and let me work. I'll make ye curse religion ere I leave ye. To King, I have lived a long time, son, a mewed-up man, sequestered by the special hand of heaven, from the world's vanities to bid farewell to follies, and shook hands with all heats of youth and pleasures. As in a dream, these 20 years I have slumbered. Many a cold moon have I, in meditation, and searching out the hidden wills of heaven, lain shaking under. Many a burning sun has seared my body and boiled up my blood, feebled my knees and stamped a meagerness upon my figure, all to find out knowledge, of which I have now attained to, thanks to heaven, all for my country's good, too. And many a vision, many a mystic vision I have seen, son, and many a sight from heaven which has been terrible, wherein the goods and evils of these islands were lively shadowed. Many a charge I have had too, still as the ripe grew, to reveal these, to travel and discover. Now I am come, son. The hour is appointed, and my tongue is touched, and now I speak. Do, holy man, I'll hear ye. Governor, beware these Portugals, I say, beware them. These smooth-faced strangers have an eye upon them. The cause is now the gods. Hear and believe, King. King, I do hear, but before I give rash credit, or hang too light on belief, which is a sin, Father, know that I have found them gentle, faithful, valiant, and am in my particular bound to them. I mean to some, for my most strange deliverance. Governor, O son, the future aims of men observe me, above their present actions and their glory are to be looked at. The stars show many turnings, if you could see. Mark but with my eye's pupil. These men came hither, as my vision tells me, poor weather-beaten, almost lost, starved, feeble, their vessels like themselves most miserable, made a long suit for traffic and for comfort, to send to children's toys and cure their diseases. They had their suit, they had landed to the rate, grew rich and powerful, sucked the fat and freedom from this most blessed isle, taught her to tremble, witness the castle here, the citadel, they have clapped upon the neck of Yurtadore, this happy town, till that she knew these strangers, to check on her when she's jolly. King, They have so indeed, father. Governor, take heed, take heed. I find that your fair delivery, though you be pleased to glorify that fortune that thinks these strangers gods, take heed, I say. I find it but a handsome preparation, a fair-faced prologue to further mischief. Mark but the end, good king. The pin he shoots at, the man that was delivered ye, the mere. Your sister is his due. What's she? Your heir, sir. And what's he? Akin to then the kingdom. But heirs are not ambitious. Who suffers then? What reverence shall the gods have, and what justice the miserable people? What shall they do? King, he points at the truth directly. Governor, think of these, son. The person nor the manner I mislike not, of your preserver, nor the whole man together, but he is seasoned in the faith as we are, in our devotions learned. King, you speak right, father. Governor, to change our worships now in our religion, to be a traitor to our gods. King, you have well advised me, and I will seriously consider, father. Into the meantime, you shall have your fair access unto my sister. Advise her to your purpose, and let me know still how the gods determine. Governor, I will. Aside, but my main end is to advise the destruction of you all, a general ruin, and then I am revenged. Let the gods whistle. Exeunt. End of Scene 1. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Rui Diaz and Pinheiro. Rui Diaz, indeed, I am glad ye were not greedy, and in performing what I willed you upon the person of Armusia, I was afraid, for I well know your valor and love to me. Pinheiro, 'twas not a fair thing, uncle, 'twould show me not handsome, carried no man in it. Rui Diaz, I must confess 'twas ill, and I abhor it. Only this good has risen from this evil. I have tried your honesty and found it proof, and constancy that will not be corrupted, and much I honor it. Pinheiro, this bell sounds better. Rui Diaz, my anger now, and that disgrace I have suffered shall be more manly vented and wiped off. And my sick honor cured the rights in straight way. Draw. My sore's in my hand now, nephew, my cause upon it, and man to man, one valor to another, my hope is to his. Pinheiro, why, this is like Rui Diaz, this carries something of substance in it, some metal and some man, this sounds like a gentleman. Methinks that ye utter what becomes ye. To kill men scurvily, 'tis such a dog trick, such a rat-catcher's occupation. Rui Diaz, it is no better, puts up his sword. Pinheiro, now. Pinheiro, now you do bravely. Rui Diaz, the difference of our states is flung by forgotten, the full opinion of which I have won in service, and such respects that I may not show us equal, laid handsomely aside, only our fortunes and single manhoods. Pinheiro, in a service, sir, of this most noble nature all I am, if I had 10 lives more, those and my fortunes are ready for ye. I had thought ye forsworn fighting, or banished upon those brave thoughts were wont to wait upon ye. I am glad to see you call them home again. Rui Diaz, they are, nephew, and thou shalt see what a fire they carry in him. Shows him a challenge. Here, you guess what this means. Pinheiro, yes, very well, sir. A portion of scripture that puzzles many interpreter. Rui Diaz, as soon as you can find him. Pinheiro, that will not be long, uncle, and my conscience will be ready as quickly. Rui Diaz, I make no doubt, good nephew, carry it so. If you can possible, then we may fight. Pinheiro, nay, you shall fight, assure yourself. Rui Diaz, pray ye, hear me. In some such place where it may be possible that the princess may behold us. Pinheiro, I conceive ye. Upon the sand behind the castle, sir, a place remote enough, if there be windows out of her lodgings too, or I am mistaken. Rui Diaz, you're in the right, if ye can work that handsomely. Pinheiro, let me alone, and pray ye be prepared, some 3 hours hence. Rui Diaz, I will not fail. Pinheiro, get you home, and if you have many things to dispose of, or a few light prayers that may befriend you, run him over quickly. I'll bring him on. Rui Diaz, farewell, nephew. And when we meet again, Pinheiro, aye, fight handsomely. Take a good draught or two of wine, and settle ye. 'Tis an excellent armor of ill conscience, uncle. I am glad to see this man's conversion, or I was fair this honor been bedrid or beaten out the island. Soldiers, and now good ones, attended to base courses. He will fight now, and I believe, too, bravely. I have seen him curry a fellow's carcass handsomely, and at the head of a troop stand as if he was rooted there, dealing doles of death. What a rascal I was! I did not see his will drawn. Enter Kisara. Aside. What does she here? If there be any mischief toward a woman, makes her still. To Kisara. Now, what new business is for me? Kisara. I was for sending ye, but since we have met so fair, you have saved me the labor. I must entreat you, sir. Pinheiro. Anything, madam. Your wills are my commands. Kisara. You're nobly courteous. Upon my better thoughts, Signor Pinheiro, and now my more peaceable considerations, which I find richer ornaments, I would desire you to attempt no further against the person of this noble stranger. In truth, I am ashamed of my share in it, nor to be incited further by your uncle. I see it will sit ill upon your person. I have considered it, and show ugly carried at best, a most unheard of cruelty. Good sir, desist. Pinheiro, you speak now like a woman, and wondrous well this tenderness becomes ye. But you must remember, your command was laid on with a kiss, and seriously. It must be taken off the same way, madam, or I stand bound still. Kisara, that shall not endanger ye. Look ye, fair sir, thus I take off the duty. They kiss. Pinheiro, aside. By the mass, 'twas soft and sweet, some blood's abound now, and run a tilt. To Kisara, do you think not, bright beauty, you have done me this kiss in a mighty favor, that I stand bound by virtue of this honor to do whatever you command me? Kisara, I think, sir, from me these are unusual courtesies, and ought to be respected so. There are some, and men of no mean rank, would hold themselves not poorly blessed to be taste of such a bounty. Pinheiro, I know that there are many who would do unjust things for such a kiss, and yet I hold this modest. All villainies, body and soul, dispense with force such a provocation, kill their kindred, demolish the fair credits of their parents. Those kisses I am not acquainted with. Most certain, madam, the appurtenance of this kiss would not provoke me to do such a mischief. 'Tis the devil's own dance to be kissed into cruelty. Kisara, I am glad you make that use, sir. Pinheiro, I am gladder that you made me believe you were cruel, for by this hand I know I am so honest. However, I deceived ye. 'Twas high time, too. Some common slave might have set upon it else, that willingly I would not kill a dog, that might but fetch and carry for a woman. She might be a good woman that made me kick him, and that will be hard to find. To kill a man, if you will give me leave to get another, on any she played it, the best game at it, and for a woman's anger, prefer her fancy. Kisara, I take it in it you well. Pinheiro, I thank you, lady, and I shall study to confirm it. Kisara, do, sir, for this time, in this present cause, I'll allow it. Exit Pinheiro. Enter Governor as more priest, Kisara, and Panura. To Governor, most holy sir. Governor, bless ye my royal daughter, and in you bless this island heaven. Kisara, good aunt, what ye think of this man? Kisana, sure, he's a wise man, and a religious. He tells us things that have happened many years ago, almost forgotten, as readily as if they were done this hour. Kisara, to Panura, does he not meet with your sharp tongue? Panura, he tells me, madam, and marriage and moldy cheese will make me tamer. Governor, to Panura, a stubborn keeper and worse fare, an open table and cold care, will tame a jade, may be your snare. Panura, to Governor, by your lady, a sharp profit. When this proves good, I'll bequeath you a skin and make ye a hood. Governor, to Kisara, lady, I would talk with you. Kisara, do, reverend sir. Governor, and for your good, for that much must concern ye, and give ye wisely to me. Kisara, I shall, father. Governor, you are a princess of that excellence, sweetness, and grace, that angel-fair creature. Nay, do not blush, I do not flatter you, nor dote in telling you this. I am amazed, lady, and yet I think the gods bestowed these on ye. The gods love ye. Kisara, I confess their bounty. Governor, apply it with honor, then to their use and their honor. To them and their service give this sweetness. They have an instant great use of your goodness. You are a saint esteemed here for your beauty, and many a longing heart. Kisara, I seek no fealty, nor will it blemish that heaven has sealed upon me. I know my worth. Indeed, the Portugals have those commands, and their last services, nay, even their lives, so much so that I think my handsomeness, what I shall enjoin. Governor, use it discreetly, for I perceive ye understand me rightly. For here the gods regard your help, and suddenly the Portugals, like sharp thorns, mark me, lady, stick in our sides like razors, wound religion, draw deep, they wound till the lifeblood follows. Our gods they spurn, and at their worship scorn. A mighty hand they bear upon our government. These men your miracle must work on, your heavenly form, either to root them out, which you, as you may endeavor, will be easy. Remember those great cause you have to execute, to nip at their memory, that they may not spring more, or fairly bring them home, to which are devotions, which will be blessed, and for which you are sainted. But it cannot be, and they go. Let me bustle. Kisara, go up with me, where we'll converse more privately. I'll show you shortly how I hold their temper, and what chain I hold their souls. Governor, keep fast, and hold still, and either bring that chain or those bound to it, and I'll link it to our gods and their fair worships. Or, daughter, pinch their hearts to pieces with it. I'll wait upon your grace. Kisara, come, reverend father, to Kisana and Panura. Wait you below. Exeunt Kisara and governor. Panura, if this prophet were a young thing, I should suspect him now. He cleaves so close to her. Those holy coats are long and hide iniquities. Kisana, away, away, fool, a poor wretch. Panura, these poor ones, warm, but their stomachs wants. Kisana, come in, thou art foolish. Exeunt Kisana and Panura. End of Scene 2. Act 4, Scene 3. Enter Armusia, Emmanuel, and Pinheiro. Armusia to Pinheiro. I am sorry, sir, my fortune is so stubborn to court my sword against my countrymen. I love my nation well, and where I find a Portugal of noble name and virtue, I am his humble servant. Signor Pinheiro, your person nor your uncle's I am not angry with. You are both fair gentlemen, and in my opinion, I protest I had rather use my sword in your defences than against your safeties. 'Tis methinks a strange dearth of enemies, when we seek foes among ourselves. Emmanuel, you are injured, and you must make the best on it now, and readiest. Armusia, you see I am ready in place and armed, to his desire that called me. Pinheiro, ye speak honestly, and I could wish ye had met on terms more friendly, but it cannot be so now. Enter Rui Diaz. Emmanuel, to Armusia, turn, sir, and see. Pinheiro, to Rui Diaz. I have kept my word with ye, uncle. The gentleman is ready. Enter Governor as more priest, and Kisara above. Armusia to Rui Diaz. Ye are welcome. Rui Diaz, bid those fools that welcome affect your courtesy. I come not to compliment, ye have wronged me, and ye shall feel, proud man, ere I apart from ye, the effects of that. If fortune do not fool me, thy life is mine, and no hope shall redeem thee. Armusia, that's a proud word, more than faith can justify. Kisara, apart to Governor, sure they will fight. Rui Diaz, aside. She's there. I am happy. Governor, apart to Kisara. Let 'em alone. Aside. Let 'em kill one another. They are the main posts. If they fall, the buildings will tumble quickly. Kisara, aside. How temperate Armusia, apart to Governor. No more. Be quiet yet. Armusia, I am not bloody, nor do I feel such mortal malice in me. But since we cannot both enjoy the princess, I am resolved to fight. Rui Diaz, fight home, Armusia. For thou, if the faintest or the fallest. Armusia, do ye make all vantages? Rui Diaz, always, unto thy life I will not spare ye. Thee, nor look for thy mercy. Armusia, I am armed then. They draw. Rui Diaz to Pinheiro. Stand still, I charge ye, nephew, as ye honor me. Armusia, and good Emmanuel, stir not. Pinheiro, ye speak fitly, for we had not stood idle else. Governor, aside. I am sorry for it. Emmanuel, but since you will not have it so, Rui Diaz to Armusia. Come, sir. Armusia, I wait ye. Armusia and Rui Diaz fight. Pinheiro, ay, marry, this looks handsomely. This is warm work. Governor, aside. Both fall, and ain't it be thy will. Rui Diaz falls. Pinheiro, my uncle dead? Pinheiro and Emmanuel draw. Stand still, or my sword's in. Armusia, now, brave Rui Diaz, now where's your confidence, your prayers? Quickly, offer your own spite has condemned ye. Offers to kill Rui Diaz. Kisara, hold, Armusia. Armusia, most happy lady. Kisara, hold, and let him rise. Spare him for me. Armusia, a long life he may enjoy, lady. Raises Rui Diaz. Governor, aside to Kisara. What hast thou done? 'Tis better that they had all perished. Kisara, aside to Governor. Peace, father, I work for the best. Armusia, be in the garden an hour hence. Armusia, I shall, madam. Exeunt Kisara and Governor. Pinheiro, now as I live as a gentleman at all inches, so brave a mingled temper I never saw. Armusia to Rui Diaz. Why are ye sad, sir? How would this have grieved you if you had fallen under a professed enemy, under one who take advantage of your shame too? Pray ye, be at peace. I am so far from wronging ye, or glorifying the pride of such a victory, that I desire to serve ye. Pray look cheerfully. Pinheiro to Rui Diaz. Do you hear this, sir? This love, sir? Do you see this gentleman, how he courts ye? Why do you hold your head down? 'Tis no high treason, I take it, to be equalled, to have slip in the field. That's no sin, that's mortal. Come, thank fortune and your friend. Armusia, it may be you think your tongue may prove your enemy, and though restrain it sometimes, out of a bravery make takes license to disable ye. Believe me, sir, so much that I hate liberty that in a stranger's tongue 'twill prove an injury, and shall right you in it. Pinheiro, can you have more, uncle? Rui Diaz to Armusia. Sir, you have beat me both ways, yet so nobly that I shall ever love the hand that did it. Fortune that may come make you worthy of some title that may bear your near friend. Armusia, sir, I must leave ye, but with so hearty a love, and pray be confident, I carry nothing from this place shall wrong ye. Exeunt Armusia and Emmanuel. Pinheiro, come, you are right again, sir. Love your honor and love your friend. Take heed of bloody purposes and unjust ends. Good heaven is angry with them. Make your fair virtues and your fame your mistress, and let these trinkets go. Rui Diaz, you teach well, nephew. Now to be honorable even with this gentleman shall be my business, and my ends his. Exeunt. End of Scene 3. Act 4, Scene 4. Enter Governor as more priest and king. Governor, sir, you must do something suddenly to stop his pride. So great and high he is shot up. Upon this person, too, your state is sunk else. You must not stand now in terms of gratitude, and let a simple tenderness besought ye. I'll bring ye suddenly to where you shall see him, attempting your brave sister privately. Mark but this high behavior then. King, I will, father. Governor, and with scorn, I fear contempt too. King, I hope not. Governor, I will not name a lust. It may be that also. A little force must be applied upon him. Now, applied, a little force will humble him. These sweet entreaties do not make him a wanton. King, take heed, you wrong him not. Governor, take heed to your safety. But I forewarn ye, king, if you mistrust me, or think I come unsent, king, no, I'll go with you. Exeunt. End of Scene 4. Act 4, Scene 5. Enter Armusia and Kisara. Armusia, Madam, you see there's nothing that I can reach at, either in my obedience or my service, that might deserve your love or win a liking. But a poor thought, I will pursue it seriously. Take pleasure in your wills, even your anger, which other men would grudge at and grow stormy. I study a new humility to please ye, and take a kind of joy in my afflictions. Because they come from ye, I love my sorrows. Pray, madam, but consider. Kisara. Yes, I do, sir, and to that honest end I drew ye hither. I know ye deserved as much as man can, and know if it is a justice to requite ye. I know ye love. Armusia, if ever love was mortal and dwelt in man, and for that love command me, to so such song I find it cheer true lady, something of such greatness to allow me those things I had done already may seem spoils too. 'Tis equity that man aspires to heaven, should win it by his worth and not sleep to it. Enter Governor as more priest, and King apart. Governor, aside to King. Now stand close, King, and hear, and you will find him. Believe me right, or let religion suffer. Kisara, I dare believe your worth without additions. But since you are so liberal of your love, sir, it would be further tried, I do intend, but not because you shall not, or would not, win me at such an easy rate. Armusia, I am prepared still, and if I shrink, Kisara, I know you are no coward. This is the utmost trial of your constancy, and if you stand fast now, I am yours, your wife, sir. You hold there's nothing dear that may achieve me, doubted or dangerous. Armusia, there's nothing. Let me but know that I may straight fly to it. Kisara, I'll tell you then. Change your religion, and be of one belief with me. Armusia, how? Kisara, mark, worship our gods. Renounce that faith that you are bred in. 'Tis easily done. I'll teach ye suddenly and humbly on your knees. Armusia, ha! I'll be hanged first. Kisara, offer as we do. Armusia, to the devil, lady? Offer to him I hate? I know the devil. To dogs and cats? You make offer to them. To every bird that flies and every worm. How terribly I shake! Is this the venture, the trial that you talked of? Where have I been? And how forgot myself, how lost my memory? When did I pray or look so steadfastly? Has any goodness in my heart to guide me, that I should give vantage to my enemy, the enemy to my peace forsake my faith? Kisara, come, I know ye love me. Armusia, love ye but this way, this most destroying way. Sure you but jest, lady. Kisara, my love and life are one way. Armusia, love alone then, and mine another way. I'll love diseases first. Dote on a villain that would cut my throat, rule all afflictions of all sorts, kiss cruelty. Have mercy, heaven. How have I been wandering the way of lust, have left my marker? How have I slept like a cork upon the water, and had no feeling of the storm that tossed me, trod the blind paths of death, forsook assurance, eternity of a blessedness for a woman. For a young handsome face hazard my being. Kisara, are not our powers eternal, and so their comforts are so great as full of hopes as yours? Armusia, they are puppets. Governor, aside to king, now mark him, sir, and observe him nearly. Armusia, their comforts, like themselves, cold, senseless outsides. You make him sick, as we are. Peevish, mad. Subject to age, and how can they cure us that are not able to refine themselves? Kisara, the sun and the moon we worship, these are heavenly, and their bright influences we believe. Armusia, away, fool! I adore the maker of that sun and moon that gives those bodies lights and influence, that pointed out their paths and taught their motions. They are not so great as we, they are our servants, placed where to teach us time, to give us knowledge of when and how the swellings of the main are, and their returns again. They are but our stewards to make the earth fat with their influence, that she may bring forth her increase and feed us. Shall I fall from this faith to please a woman? For her embraces bring my soul to ruin? I looked at you and should have said, make me a Christian, work that great cure, for 'tis a great one, woman, that labor truly do perform, that venture, the crown of all great trial and fairest. I looked at ye and wept and should kneel to beg it, washed off your mist of ignorance with waters pure and repentant from those eyes. I looked you should have brought me your chief god ye worship, he that you offer human blood and life to, and made a sacrifice to him, to memory. To beat down the altars, ruined his false temples. Governor, aside to king, now you may see. Kisara, take heed, you do go too far, sir. Aside, and yet I made love to hear him. To Armusia, I must have ye, and to that end, I'll let you storm a little. I know there must be some strife in your bosom, to cool and quiet, ere you cannot come back. I know old friends cannot part suddenly. There will be some let still. Yet I must have ye of my faith too, so enjoy ye. Armusia, I contemn ye, and I hate myself for looking on that face so lasciviously. It looks ugly now, methinks. How, Portugal? Armusia, it looks like death itself, to which would lead me. Your eyes resemble pale despair, how they fright me. And in their rounds 1,000 horrid ruins methinks I see, and in your tongue hear fearfully the hideous murmurs of weak souls have suffered. Get from me! I despise ye. And know, woman, that for this trap you have laid to catch my life in, to catch my immortal life, I hate and curse ye, contemn your desires and spurn their powers, and where I meet your Mammut gods I swing them thus over my head and kick them into puddles. Nay, I will out of vengeance search your temples, and with those hearts that serve my God, demolish your shambles of wild worships. Governor, aside to kings. Now, you hear, sir. Armusia, I will have my faith, since you are crafty, the glorious cross. Although I love your brother, let him frown too. I will have my devotion, and let your whole state storm. King, to guards within. Enter and take him. Enter guards, and seize Armusia. To Armusia. I am sorry, friend, that I am forced to do this. Governor, to guards. Be sure you bind him fast. Kisara, to guards. But use him nobly. King, to Armusia. Had to me it been done, I had forgiven it, but still preserved you fair. But to our God, sir. Kisara, aside. Methinks I hate him now. King, to our religion. To these, stubborn, thus rebellious, to threaten him. Armusia, use all your violence, I ask no mercy nor repent my words. I will spit at your best powers, I serve one, will give me the strength to scourge your gods. Governor, to guards, away with him. Armusia, to grind him into base dust and disperse him, that nevermore their bloody memories. Governor, to guards, clap him, close him up. King, to Armusia, good friend, be cooler. Armusia, Never. Your painted sister I despise too. King. Softly. Armusia, and all her devilish arts act laughed and scorn at, mock her blind purposes. King. You must be temperate. To guards. Offer him no violence. I command strictly. Governor. Aside. Now thou art up. I shall have time to speak too. Kisara. Aside. Oh, how I love this man. How truly I honor him. Exeunt. End of Act 4. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Cristoforo, Pedro at one door, and Emmanuel and Susa at another. Cristoforo. Do you know the news, gentlemen? Emmanuel. Would we knew it as well, sir, how to prevent it. Susa. Is this the love they bear us, for our late benefit, taken so maliciously and clapped up close? Is this that thanks they think they render? Cristoforo. It must not be put up thus, smothered slightly. 'Tis such a base, unnatural wrong. Pedro. I know. They may think they do wonders, aim at all, and to blow us with a vengeance out the islands. But if we be ourselves, honest and resolute, and continue but masters of our ancient courages, stick close and give no vantage to their villainies. Susa. Nay, if we faint and follow pieces now, we are fool and worthy to be marked for misery. Begin to strike at him, they are all bound to cancel his deserts. What must we look for that they can carry this? Emmanuel. I'll carry coals then. I have but one life and one fortune, gentlemen. I'll be so husband to vex these rascals, these barbarous slaves. Cristoforo. Shall we go charge 'em presently? Susa. No, that would be too weak and too foolhardy. We must have grounds of that promised safety, friends, and sure offence. We lose our angers else, and worse that, or venture our lives too lightly. Enter Pinheiro. Didn't you see mine uncle? Plague on these barbarians, how the rogues stick in my teeth. I know ye are angry, I am too, monstrous angry, gentlemen. I am angry that I choke up again. You hear Armusia's up, and honest Armusia, clapped up in prison, friends, the brave Armusia, here are fine boys. Emmanuel. We shall hope he shall not stay there. Pinheiro. Stay? No, he must not stay. No talk of staying. These are times to stay. Are these not rascals? Speak, I beseech ye. Speak, are they not rogues? Think of some abominable names. Are they not devils? But the devil's a great deal too good for them. Fusty villains. Cristoforo. They are a kind of hound. Pinheiro. Hounds were their fathers, old bleary-eyed, blob-tailed hounds. Lord, where's my uncle? Susa. But what shall be done, sir? Pinheiro. Done? Susa. Yes, to relieve him. If it not be too sudden, they may take his life too. Pinheiro. They dare as soon as strike a fire and swallow it, take stakes and thrust their tails into their tails for glisters. His life? His life? Why, 'tis a thing worth all the islands, and they know not will be rated at that value. His very imprisonment will make the town stink, shake, and sink. I have physic in my hand for them. Drawing. Shall give the goblin such a purge. Enter Rui Diaz. Pedro, your uncle. Rui Diaz. I hear strange news, and have been seeking ye. They say Armusia is prisoner. Pinheiro. 'Tis most certain. Rui Diaz. Upon what cause? Pinheiro. He has deserved them too much, sir. The old heathen policy has light upon him and paid him home. Rui Diaz. A most unnoble dealing. Pinheiro. You are the next if you can carry it tamely. He is deserved of all. Rui Diaz. I confess, of me so nobly too. Pinheiro. I am glad to hear it. You have time now to make good your confession. Your faith will show what cold else, and for fashion, now to redeem all, to thank his courtesy. Now to make those believe that you held backward, and are an ill instrument. You are a gentleman, an honest man, that you dare love your nation. Dare stick to virtue, though she be oppressed, and for her own sake step to her rescue. If you live ages, sir, and lose this hour, not to redeem and vindicate your honor, your life will be a murmur, and no man in it. Rui Diaz. I thank ye, nephew. Come along with me, gentlemen. We'll make him dancing sport immediately. We are masters of the fort yet. We shall see what that man can do. Pinheiro. Let it but spit fire finely, and to play their turrets and their painted palaces a frisking round or two, that they may trip it and caper in the air. Rui Diaz. Come, we'll do something that shall make him look about. We'll send them plums, if they do not be too hard for their teeth. Pinheiro. And fine potatoes roasted in gunpowders. Such a banquet, sir, we shall prepare their unmannerly stomachs. Rui Diaz. They shall see that there is no safe retreat in villainy. Come, be high-hearted all. All but Rui Diaz. We are all on fire, sir. Exeunt. End of Scene 1. Act 5, Scene 2. Enter King and Governor as Amor Priest and guards. King, I am ungrateful and a wretch. Persuade me not, forgetful of the mercy he showed me. The timely, noble pity. Why should I see him fast bound and fettered, to whose true courtesy, whose manhood and mighty hand set me free? Why should it come from me? Why command this? Shall tongues and truths call me unthankful? Governor, had the offense been thrown to you, 'tis certain, had it been in your power and your discretion, to have turned it into mercy and forgiven it, and then showed it a virtuous point of gratitude, timely and nobly taken. But since the cause concerns the honor of our gods and their title, and transcends your power and compassion, and a little of your own safety, you saw it too. If too fond of your indulgence did not dazzle you, it cannot now admit a private pity. 'Tis not in their wills, their mercy or revenges, and then these revolts to show you a more rebellious. King, they are mild and pitiful. Governor, to those repent. King, their nature soft and tender. Governor, to true hearts that feel compunction for their trespasses. The man defies them still, threatens destruction and demolition of their arms and worship. Spits at their powers. Take heed ye be not found, sir, and marked a favourer of their dishonor. They use no common justice. King, what shall I do to deserve of this man? Governor, if ye bemoan him, or mitigate your power to preserve him, I'll curse ye from the gods and call up your vengeance, and fling it at your hand and you. I have a charge for it. Aside, I hope to wreck you all. Enter Kisara with her hands bound, as well as Kisara and Punura. King, to Kisara and Punura. What ails my sister? Why is she bound? Why she looks so distractedly? Who dares do this? Kisara, we did it, pardon, sir, and for her preservation. She has grown wild and raving on the stranger's love and honor, sometimes crying out, help, help! They will torture him. They will take his life. They will murder him. Presently, if we had not prevented, had laid hands on taking her own life. Governor, to the king. These are tokens, and the god's displeasure has gone out. Be quick, and ere it fall, do something else to appease him. You know the sacrifice. Aside, I am glad it works thus. Kisara, to the king. How low and how base thou lookest as thou wert noble. No figure of a king, methinks, shows on you. No face of majesty, foul, swart ingratitude, has taken off thy sweetness. Base forgetfulness of mighty benefits has turned thee devil. Thou hast persecuted goodness, innocence, and laid on a hard and violent crime on virtue. On that fair virtue that should teach us and guide us, thou hast wronged thine own preserver, whose least merit, poised with thy main estate, thou canst not satisfy. Nay, put thy life on it too, 'twill be too light still. What hast thou done? Governor, to guards. Go for him presently, and once more we'll try if we can win him fairly. Exeunt guards. To the king. If not, let nothing she says hinder ye or stir ye. She speaks distractedly. Do what the gods command ye. To Kisara. Do you know what you say, ye lady? Kisara, I could curse thee too. Religion and severity has steeled ye, has turned thy heart to stone. Thou hast made the gods hard too, against their sweet and patient natures cruel. None of what ye feel, what bravery can ye tread on, what innocence, what beauty. King, pray be patient. Kisara, what honorable things can cast behind ye, what monuments of man? Enter Armusia as prisoner and guards. King, once more, Armusia. Because I love ye tenderly and dearly, and would be glad to win ye mine, I wish ye, even from my heart, I wish and woo ye. Armusia, what, sir? Take heed how you persuade me falsely, then ye hate me. Take heed how ye entrap me. King, I advise ye, and tenderly and truly advise ye, both for your soul's health and safety. Armusia, stay, and name my soul no more. She is too precious, too glorious for your flatteries, too secure, too. Governor, consider the reward, sir, and the honor that is prepared, the glory you shall grow to. Armusia, they are not to be considered in these cases, not to be named when souls are questioned. They are vain and flying vapors. Touch my life, 'tis ready for ye. Put it to what test it shall please ye, I am patient. But for the rest, you may remove rocks with your little fingers, or blow a mountain out of the way with bellows. As soon as it stir my faith, use no more arguments. Governor, we must use tortures then. Armusia, your worst and painfulest, I am joyful to accept. Governor, you must the sharpest, for Such has been your hate against our deities, delivered openly your threats and scornings, and either your repentance must be mighty, which is your free conversion to our customs, or equal punishment, which is your life, sir. Armusia, I am glad I have it for ye. Take it, priest, and all the miseries that shall attend it. Let gods glut themselves with Christian blood, it will be asked again. So far followed, so far revenge with such holy justice. Your gods of gold shall melt and sink before it, your altars and temples shake to nothing. And you, false worshippers, blind fools of ceremony, shall seek holes to hide your heads and fears in. For seas to follow you from this destruction, darkness to dwell about ye and conceal ye, your mother's wombs again. Governor, to guard. Make the fires ready, and bring the several torches out. Exeunt guard. Kisara, to Armusia. Stand fast, sir, and fear not them. You that have stepped so nobly into this pious trial, start not now. Keep on your way. A virgin will assist ye. A virgin won by your fair constancy, and glorifying that she is one too, will die by ye. I have touched ye every way, tried ye most honest, perfect and good, chaste, blessing chaste, and temperate, valiant without vainglory, modest staid, no rage or light affection ruling in you. Indeed, the perfect school of worth I find ye, the temple of true honor. Armusia, aside. Whither will she? To Kisara. What do you infer by this argument, lady? Kisara. Your faith and your religion must be like ye. They can show you that these must be pure mirrors. When streams flow clear and fair, what are the fountains? I do embrace your faith, sir, and your fortune. Go on, I will assist ye. I feel a sparkle here, a lively spark that kindles my affection and tells me it will rise to flames of glory. Let 'em put on their anger, suffer nobly. Show me the way, and when I faint, instruct me, and if follow not. Armusia. O blessed lady, thou art won. Let me begin my triumph. To king and governor, come, clap your terrors on me. Kisara, all your fell tortures, for there is nothing that he shall suffer, brother. I swear by my new faith, which is most sacred and will keep it so. But I will follow to a scruple of affliction, in spite of all your gods, without prevention. Governor, aside. Death, she amazes me. King to governor, what shall be done now? Governor, they must die both, and suddenly they will corrupt all else. Aside, this woman makes me weary of my mischief. She shakes me and staggers me. To the king, go in, sir. I'll see the execution. King, not so sudden. If they go, all my friends and sisters perish. Governor, aside, would I were safe at my home again. Enter messenger. Messenger. Arm, sir! Seek for defense! The castle plays and thunders! The town rocks and houses fly in the air! The people die for fear! Captain Rui Diaz has made an oath that he will not leave a stone here! No, not unless the memory here has stood a city, unless Armusia be delivered fairly. King, I have my fears. What can our gods do for us now? Governor, be patient, but keep him still. Indicates Armusia. He is a cure, sir, against both rage and cannon. Go and fortify. Call in the princes, and make the palace sure, and let 'em know that you are king. Look nobly, and take your courage to ye. To guards, keep close the prisoner, and under command. We are betrayed else. Armusia, how joyfully I go. Kisara, take my heart with thee. Governor, aside. I hold a wolf by the ear now. Fortune free me. Exeunt. End of Scene 2. Act 5, Scene 3. Enter 4 townsmen. Cannon within. Townsman 1. Heaven bless us! What a thunderings here! What fire spitting! We cannot drink, but our cans are mauled among us. Townsman, I would that they maul our scores too. Shame on their guns. I thought they had been bird pots or great candle cases. How devilishly they bounce, and how the bullets are a piece of house there, and another mend up with those around another parish. Here flies a powdering tub, the meat ready roasted, and their barrel pissing vinegar, and then they are two for overtaking of a high steeple newly sliced off for salad. Townsman 3. A vengeance, fire them. Townsman 2. Nay, they fire fast enough, you need not help them. Townsman 4. Are these the Portugal bulls? How loud they bellow. Townsman 2. Their horns are plaguey strong. They push down palaces, they toss habitations like whelps, like griddle tails and their heels upward. All the windows in the town dance a new trenchmore. 'Tis like to prove a blessed age for glaziers. I met a hand and a letter in it, and in great haste, and by, a single leg running after it, as if the arm had forgot part of his errand. Heads fly like footballs everywhere. Townsman 1. What shall we do? Townsman 2. I care not. My shop's cancelled, and all the pots and earthen pans in it vanished. There was a single bullet, and together by the ears. You would have thought Tom Tumbler had been there, and all his troop of devils. Townsman 3. Let's to the king, and get this gentleman delivered handsomely. By this hand there's no walking above else. Townsman 2. By this leg let me nimbly swear to it, for I know not how long I shall own it. If I were out on the town once, if I came in to fetch in my breakfast, I will well give them cram me with a Portugal pudding. Come, let's do anything to appease this thunder. End of Scene 3. Act 5, Scene 4. Enter Pinheiro and Penura. Pinheiro. Art thou sure it was that blind priest? Penura. Yes, most certain. He has provoked all of this. The king is merciful and wondrous loving, but he fires on him still, and when he cools and rages him. I know it. Threatens new vengeance and the gods' fierce justice, but when he looks on fair eyes on Armusia, will lend him no time to relent. My royal mistress has entertained a Christian hope. Pinheiro, speak truly. Nay, 'tis most true, but Lord, how he lies at her, and threatens her, and flatters her, and damns her, and I fear, if not speedily prevented, if she continue stout, both shall be executed. Pinheiro, I'll kiss thee for this news. Nay, more, Penura, if thou wilt give me leave, I'll get thee with a Christian, the best way to convert thee. Penura, make me believe so. Pinheiro, I will, in faith. But which way camest thou hither? The palace is close guarded and barricaded. Penura, I came through a private vault, to which there are none there know of. It rises in a temple not far hence, close by the castle here. Pinheiro, how? To what end? Penura, a good one. I give ye knowledge of what my newborn mistress and what doubt Armusia stands. Think any means present or hope to stop him from their fell ends. The princes are coming too, and they are hardened also. Pinheiro, the damned priest. Penura, sure he's a cruel man. Methinks religion should teach more temperate lessons. Pinheiro, he the firebrand. He dare touch at such fair lives as theirs are. Well, prophet, I shall prophesy. I shall catch ye when all your prophecies will not redeem ye. To Penura, wilt thou do one thing bravely? Penura, any good I am able. Pinheiro, and then by thine own white hand, I'll swear thou art virtuous, and a brave wench. Durst thou but guide me presently through the same vault thou came into the palace, and those I shall appoint, and think thus I fit. Penura, yes, I will do it, suddenly and truly. Pinheiro, I would fain behold this prophet. Penura, now I shall have ye, and I shall bring ye where ye shall behold him. Alone, too, and unfurnished of defences. That shall be my care, but you must not betray me. Pinheiro, dost thou think we are so base, such slaves, rogues? Penura, I do not, and you shall see how fairly I'll work for ye. Pinheiro, I must steal this priest, steal him, and hang him. Penura, do anything to remove his mischief, strangle him. Pinheiro, come prithee, love. Penura, you'll offer me no foul play. The vault is dark. Pinheiro, 'twas well remembered. Penura, and ye may, but I hold ye honest. Pinheiro, honest enough, I warrant thee. Penura, I am but a poor weak wench, and with what hope to place in your persuasion, sir? But I hope you will not. You will know we are often cozened. Pinheiro, if thou dost fear me, why dost thou put me in mind? Penura, to let you know, sir, thou it be in your power and things fitting to do so, yet a true gentleman. Pinheiro, I know what he'll do. Come and remember me, and I'll answer thee. I'll answer thee to full. We'll call at the castle, and then, my good guide, thou do thy will, shalt find me, a very tractable man. Penura, I hope it shall, sir. Exit. End of Scene 4. Act 5, Scene 5. Enter Bacan, Siana, and Malukan soldiers. Bacan to Malukan soldiers. Let my men guard the gates. Siana, and mind the temple, for fear of the honor of the gods should suffer, and on your lives be watchful. Bacan, and be valiant, and let's see if these Portugals dare enter, what their high hearts dare do. Let's see how readily the great Diaz will redeem his countrymen. He speaks proud words and threatens. Siana, he is approved, sir, and will put fair for what he promises. I could wish friendlier terms, yet for our liberties and for our gods, we are bound in best service, even in the hazard of our lives. Enter King, above. Come up, princes, and give your counsels and your helps. The force still plays fearfully upon us, beats our buildings, and turns our people wild with fears. Bacan, send for the prisoner, and gives us leave to argue. Exeunt Bacan, Siana, and Malukan soldiers. Enter Diaz, Emmanuel, Cristoforo, and Pedro. Rui Diaz, come on nobly, and let to the fort play still. We are strong enough to look upon them and return at pleasure. It may be they on our view, we will return him. Cristoforo, we return him such thanks shall else make them scratch where it itches not. Emmanuel, how the people stare, and some cry, some pray, some curse heartily, but it is the king. Enter Siana, Bacan, Kisara, and Armusia as prisoner above. Rui Diaz, I cannot blame their wisdoms. There they are above, Armusia chained and bound too. Oh, these are thankful squires. Bacan, hear us, Rui Diaz. Be wise and give us speedy answer. Command thy cannon, so presently to cease, no more to trouble the afflicted people, or suddenly Armusia's head goes off, as suddenly as said. Emmanuel, stay, sir, be moderate. Armusia, do nothing that's dishonorable, Rui Diaz. Do not let the fear of me master thy valor. Pursue 'em still. They are base, malicious people. King, to Armusia, friend, be not desperate. Armusia, I scorn your courtesies. Strike when you dare. A fair aim guide the gunner, that he may fly with fortune still. To Rui Diaz, friend, do me the honor of a soldier's funerals, the last Christian rite. See me in the ground, in the palace burn first, then the temples, on their sacred scorned gods, erect my monument. Touch not the princess, as you are a soldier. Kisara, which way you go, sir, I must follow. One life and one death. King, to Rui Diaz, will you take a truce yet? Enter Pinheiro, Susa, and Portuguese soldiers, with governor as more priest, bound. Pinheiro, to Rui Diaz. No, go on, to king. Look here, your god, your prophet. King, how came he taken? Pinheiro, I conjured him, king. I am sure a cur can an old blind prophet. I'll hunt ye such a false knave admirably. A terrier, I, earthed him and then snapped him. Susa, saving the reverence of your grave, we stole him out of the inn chamber next to ye. Pinheiro, come, begin, king. Begin this bloody matter when you dare, and I'll scorn my sword before you should touch the rascal. I'll tear him thus before ye pulls his beard and hair off. Ha! What art thou? King, how's this? To governor, art thou a prophet? Rui Diaz, come down, princess. King, we are abused. Oh, my dear Armusia, to Malukan soldiers, off with his chains. To Kisara, and now, my noble sister, rejoice with me. I know you are as pleased as I am. Exeunt all above. This is a precious prophet. Why, Don, governor, what make you here? How long have you taken orders? Rui Diaz, what a wretch art thou to work this mischief, to assume this holy shape to ruin honor and chastity. Enter king and all from above. Governor, I had paid to it all, but fortune played the slut. To king, come give me my doom. King, I cannot speak for the wonder. Governor, nay, 'tis I, sir, and here I stay your sentence. King, to Armusia, take her, friend. You have half persuaded me to be a Christian, and with all her joys and all the blessings. Why, dream what we have dwelt in. Rui Diaz to Armusia and Kisara. All peace to ye, and all the happiness of heart dwell with ye. Children as sweet and noble as their parents. Pinheiro, and kings at least. Armusia, to king, good sir, forget my rashness. To Kisara, and noble princess, for once I was angry that might utter some distemper. 'Tis not my nature. Siana, your joy is ours, sir, and nothing we find in ye but most noble. King, to Malukan soldiers, and to prison with this dog. Let him howl, and if he can repent, sigh out his villainies. His island we shall seize too in our hands. His father and himself have both usurped it and kept it by oppression. The town and castle, which I lay myself most miserable, till my most honorable friend redeemed me. Signor Pinheiro, I bestow upon you. The rest of the command upon these gentlemen, indicating the Portuguese. Upon ye all, my love. Armusia, O brave Rui Diaz, you have started beyond me. I must thank ye, and thank you for my life, my wife, and honor. Rui Diaz, I am glad I had her for you, sir. King, come, princess, come, friends and lovers all, come, noble gentlemen. No more guns, no more hates, but joys and triumphs and universal gladness fly about us. And know, however subtle men dare cast, and promise wreck, the gods give peace at last. Exit. Finish. End of Act 5. End of The Island Princess by John Fletcher.